Hi, everybody. Hi. Good afternoon, depending on where you're watching from. Let's all wait for at least 20 people. If we have like 10, 15, or 20 people, then we'll just go right ahead. We don't intend to have to waste much time here. Hi, my love. Can you give mommy her phone? Can you give mommy her other phone, please? No, the phone is not there. Yeah, mommy's phone. No, you can't find it? Good job, my love. Thank you. Thank you, my love. Hi, guys. Hi. Hi, Tia Kush Kitchen. Can you say hi when you come in here, please? I want to see you guys. Hi, AY channel. Say hi when you come, please. Allison, hi. So we have 11 people. When we get to like 20 people, then we'll just go ahead and start. Let's wait for more people to come in. Hello, Terunesh. I'm sorry if I pronounce your names wrongly. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your names wrong. Lahiru Nelipo. Hi, how are you? You guys, you came and you're leaving. Let's wait for others. Let's not go and come back later on. Let's wait for others so that when we start, we'll be able to like get some things done. You did good. Thank you. Thank you. Mama, how are you? Let's wait for others. Let's wait for others. Okay, if we get to like 15, we'll start. Maybe when they come, they'll watch later on. It's just I don't want to go like keep going back. So when you join, say hi, please. I don't know. Can you guys hear me? I want to make sure you guys can hear me though. I want to make sure everybody can hear me. Mm. Bless you, my love. Mama. Hi, my baby girl. My baby girl. My baby girl. Hi, my baby girl. How are you? A lot of people are late. We have 13. When we get to 15, we're going to start. We are going to start. And please, when you come to this live, can you help me like? Please like the live so that the algorithm suggests it to people that might be able to join or might be interested, you know. Let's get to 15, then we'll start. My love, can you stop it, please? Thank you so much for liking it. Yes, thank you. Please help me like the live. This is my first live, okay? So that YouTube kind of recommends it to anybody that might need it. Okay, thank you. Thank you for liking. My love, why are you so serious? Yeah, why are you so serious? What do you guys think? You think we can start now? Can we start now? 6 minutes. I mean, we've given them more time. Anybody that didn't come now probably have something else to do. So they'll join. Yeah, we gave them time. Almost 7 minutes. So it's 7 minutes. We are gonna start. Anybody that didn't come early, maybe after the live, they just have to watch it. So I think it's better to start now so that we don't keep other people waiting still. So hi everybody. Welcome to our live. So I don't know. I feel like the reason why I want to start by saying the reason why I actually organize this live is because sometimes it looks like maybe someone is proud or stuff like that, but I have tons of messages I haven't been able to go through. I have comments, and it seems to me like everybody's asking the same question. So I'm like, you know what? Why not just gather everybody together and we'll talk about it all together, because I can't keep responding to everybody. Like, I hear the same question. What do you do with supply? Can you please help me? My baby is 2 months. My baby is 1 month. I'm not able to lactate. How are you able to do it? I see all those questions. I see all those questions and I can't respond to everybody individually. My love, please can you leave that stuff? So I decided to, you know what, let's just all come here together and talk about it. So the first thing we're going to talk about right now is breastfeeding. So a lot of people have different opinion, thoughts, and stuff like that. And some people from a place of, ignorant. So I often hear people come to my page like, why don't you just breastfeed the baby? Why are you giving the baby bottle? Yes, bottle is breastfeeding as long as what the baby is taking is breast milk. So we have two forms of breastfeeding. We have the nursing, which is the direct feeding, and we have the pumping method. So it depends on everybody have their situation. There's always a reason why a mom decides to pump. I don't know about any other mom, but me and from the people that have been pumping that I've seen, there was a reason why a lot of moms started to pump. Your baby could be in the NICU, and of course you have to provide food, so you keep pumping. And maybe when the baby comes out, the baby refuses to latch, or maybe you're already now comfortable with the whole pumping stuff, then you go ahead and pump. So there's always a reason. With my first, I was new, and just like every other mom, so to say, I wished that I breastfed directly to my son. Did it happen? No. I was frustrated because there's this already norm that I already have in my head. There's already a way I picture that as in like every breastfeeding journey should go. So I was frustrated. I was so frustrated. Like, I remember crying so much when he wasn't nursing. The moment you put him there, he starts to sleep. And the moment he wakes up, he doesn't even sleep because he's hungry and he can't take nothing. And even after consulting the lactation consultant, they keep trying. And you know what? Until I went to a group one day and I saw somebody, talking about baby not latching. And if you really intend to give baby breast milk, why not pump? Because I pumped in the hospital. And I'm like, maybe that's a good idea. So I picked up my pump, and that was when I started pumping. And it became so convenient. No, don't even get me wrong. The hardest form of breastfeeding is pumping. Everybody that's attempted pumping will tell you that, like, that's a very hard method of breastfeeding. But is it rewarding? Yes. So I started to pump, and I was making, a substantial amount for him to like take. And I started, kind of getting the hang of it. It took me time. Don't get me wrong, like it took me months of trying to figure out what this whole pumping is all about. How do you do this? Like, it took me a lot of time to figure it out. I remember being frustrated. I could pump and I'm gonna get like very small stuff. I was making just enough for him, if that really makes sense. No, I wasn't really making enough for him. I was making just enough to be able to substitute with formula for the first 3 days or so. Until later on, I kept calling everybody I know. I called my sister, I called my mom. I kept calling, like, what do you guys do with breast, to produce more breast milk? And everyone said, and I keep doing it, but I feel like I'm not making what I thought I should be making. But now that's where it comes in. Like, I know that sometimes when we see all the milk that people produce on social media, we are all like, hello, how are you? I'm good. So when we see all the milk that is being produced on social media, some of us think we are not doing enough. Say hi. Hi, Sayo. So when we see all those milk and we're all feeling like, oh, I'm not making enough milk, the pressure gets worse. So I was frustrated because I see a lot of people have milk and I'm like, what is going on? Why don't I have milk? But that was when I realized that for some women, it took me time to actually kind of come to the realization that some women actually don't make enough breast milk, no matter what they try. So that's what every other person has said, though. But I'm not here to dispute or agree. I'm only here to offer another method that you might have not really tried, because after speaking with a lot of moms, about breast milk and stuff like that, I realized that majority of time, like, don't get me wrong again, there are women that don't produce enough. There are women that don't even produce breast milk. I just found that out. So don't get me wrong, there are women that don't. But I'm trying to say that what most people that I've spoken to about this, I realize that they're doing something wrong. And just one wrong thing when it comes to breastfeeding, pumping, whatever, can deter you from actually achieving your goal, which is to breastfeed your baby, to give your baby breast milk, regardless of however you are getting the milk. My son was, getting the milk from the bottle. He was taking enough, and it was kind of easier for me because he had jaundice when he was born. So they wanted him to have like a lot of wet diapers. So I mean, they wanted him to like feed every 2 to 3 hours. So we were waking him up every 2 to 3 hours to feed. So I kind of started liking the whole bottle, idea, because it helps me keep track of what he eats, how often he eats, and stuff like that. So I was kind of good with it, and I found that the advantage again, it's easier to have my husband feed him if I have to do something, or sometimes you want to nap, but you can't do that when you're directly breastfeeding. You have to keep bringing the baby and putting the baby on you. I know how difficult it was to direct breastfeed when I said, okay, you know what, for a whole day, I'm not going to give my son bottle. I'm going to try to see if he takes directly from the boobs. Oh my God, that's when I give props up to moms that directly breastfeed, because let's not get it wrong. Breastfeeding is hard. It's a very difficult journey on whichever method you're going for. It's very difficult. It's only the few people that actually decide to like stick to it, because if you see any breastfeeding mother, give her a hug. Tell her you're doing a good job, because it's so hard. It's so hard. So when I decided one day, I said, you know what? I'm not gonna give my son bottle. No more. I want to, for a whole day, I want to see if he takes directly from my breast. That was like the worst mistake I made. Oh my God! Every second I have my husband bringing him to suck. I'm about to like fall asleep. They're bringing him, and the reason was because he wasn't really latching, so he wasn't getting enough, or maybe he wasn't even getting nothing. So I was like, hold on. So this is how I will have sleepless night every minute they are bringing the boy to suck. Like, my husband can't do nothing because he doesn't have the, doesn't have the milk. And I decided that for a whole day, let's direct breastfeed and see how it goes. It didn't go well. One was because I think he wasn't really taking nothing, because he was not latching at all. And the moment he puts his mouth, I feel like he was taking something, but he wasn't. So every second I'm trying to get a breather. They are bringing him to put him in my boobs. I'm like, no. So honestly, every form of breastfeeding that you are doing is tough. So no one, I'm not gonna say anyone is easier. It's just when you want to classify things, then you say it the way it is. Then of course one is always more tedious. So the pumping, is not everybody that can actually go through pumping. A lot of people stopped breastfeeding because their baby wasn't latching, and when they decided to pump, the pumping was so hard they decided to stop entirely. So not everyone that goes through pumping makes it out completely. So let me put it out there, because it takes a lot. There's a lot of things that you have to like consider when you're pumping. Look, let me tell you, you are pumping every 2 to 3 hours. You are trying to like, the moment you're done pumping, you're like, oh, let me get a breather. You're pumping again. Like, you are pumping constantly. So that's not the only thing. You're washing pump part, you're sterilizing, you're bagging your milk, you're writing. Look, it's it's a lot. Pumping is not for the weak. I'm not even gonna like sugarcoat it. It's not for the weak. Those things are so exhausting that some people just stop along the way. And I don't blame them that much, because let me tell you, it's draining. And if you don't have like a support system that helps with some of those things, it becomes even harder. So I have my husband washing the parts, helping me to do some of the bagging some days. So with that, it kind of it encourages you to keep going. But if you have to do it alone, I don't blame anybody that stopped along the way. I don't. So that's for that. Now we've talked about like the two method of feeding, and why I pumped for my son. And with my daughter, with my son, it went smoothly. I decided to stop pumping when he turned 1 year. And I just wanted to stick out till he turned 1 year, because we really didn't need the milk anymore. But I just wanted to like get to like 1 year before I stopped. We didn't need no milk again, because I had like my 2 deep freezers were full. I was donating back to back. I donated more than 10,000 ounces of breast milk with my son. So we had like a lot. In fact, more ounces even went for his bath. So I just wanted to like stick it out till he turned 1. And when he turned 1, I pumped, and then that was all. And how did I stop? A lot of people have asked me to how I stopped. I just stopped cold turkey. I know a lot of people have like different methods. You pump like maybe a day or two, and stop. I cold turkey. I just woke up one day and I'm like, you know what? Today's gonna be my last pump, and that was it. Do I feel engorged? I was feeling engorged. My boobs were paining me and all that, but I just wear my bra. That's it. I just didn't want to take it slow or do all of those things. I just stopped cold turkey. So now that we've established the two different types of breastfeeding, so now we're going to talk about supply. I see a lot of people ask me that question, like, how do you get to have so much milk? What do you do? What are you eating to get those milk and all that? And while some people, I see when someone asks me that question, a lot of people just come and play the biology card. They're like, oh, it's just a natural thing. You have the milk. I always want to agree and disagree when I see comments like that, because that's not true. That's not entirely true. Just because you think that you have the biology and you make enough milk and stuff like that, it doesn't mean that when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, when you're not building. See, we build supply over here. The people that follow me on Facebook, they will tell you I always take them. I take them along with my journey. I was building supply. I started from making drop. So it's not like because it's science, though the first time I pumped, I had a lot of milk. No, we're building supply. I started making from drop to one spoonful to, until I got to where I am right now. So yes, why some people will say biology play a role when it comes to breastfeeding, like his nature, some women have produced. Yeah. I agree. Some women produce more than other women. But doesn't mean that they just go ahead and sleep and they just keep making the milk because biology says their body makes more milk. No, they worked for it, and working for it is in different form. I see a lot of oversupply moms. They are pumping because one, you are gonna feel engorged, so the need to pump will always be there. You can't sleep, you can't lift your hands up, you can't do nothing. You don't even want to go. You don't want to go through the mastitis and the engorgement that comes with breastfeeding. So let's not even go to that side. So when it comes to lactation, like I said, when with my son, I felt like I wasn't lactating. I wasn't getting what I was supposed to get. I was just making like a little. I kept calling everybody. So what I found to like really work for me was hydration and eating. So now I now realize that the reason why I wasn't making that much was because I don't know about you guys. The moment I gave birth to my son, I lost all my appetite. I could stay a whole day without eating. If I have to even eat, I have to be forced to eat, and I'm just gonna eat like just a little, and I'm full already. Like I was so constipated, I was so full, so I wasn't really eating with him. And honestly, everything might work differently for you, but if you're not eating and you're not staying hydrated, I don't know where you want to see that milk, because milk production is 100% water. So liquid is a priority. I pump 10 times a day, and every 10 times I'm pumping, to keep my water level high, I always come here with water. Oh, oh, you're such a good boy. Thank you, my love. I don't know. Are you guys hearing me? Everybody seems to be quiet. Like, can you just say something in the comment section? Let me be sure that you guys are really here with me. Say something in the comment section. Let me see. I want to make sure you guys are here with me. Everybody's quiet. I think you're just listening very carefully or something like that. Can you say hi or something in the comment section? Let me see. I want to make sure that you guys are hearing me, so that at the end of the day, we are here and listening. Oh, thank you so much. I'm here. Thank you so much, Venice. And thank you, Mosayo. Thank you so much. So that means you guys can hear me. Okay. So it was you can hear you. Thank you, Norma. So milk is water. It took me time to realize that I wasn't eating and I was expecting to make milk. How? I wasn't eating. So my mom called and listening intensely. Okay. So my mom called me and she's like, you have to eat, you have to do this. I'm like, oh, eat? She said, yes, that if you want to produce milk, feeding, because whatever it is that you're putting into your body is breaking down to that breast milk that your baby is going to take. So I told her, I said, oh, I'm not able to eat. I'm even struggling to. Oh, she said, oh, then you're not going to be making anything. You're going to be making just a little. And so I said, so what do I have to do? So some of you are not Nigerians. You're not African. So I'm going to tell you two different things that you that can replace what I'm thinking as an African, as a Nigerian. So she said you have to take tea. I know in other parts of the world, tea is, like the tea bag, but my Nigerian sisters know what tea is. We call tea the chocolate drink. Let me put it in a very easy way. Chocolate drink. That's what you guys call chocolate drink. So she asked me to take tea like morning, afternoon. In fact, before you even pump, take it. It's gonna help boost it. I'm like, oh my god, this is like a recipe for fat, but I know at that point in time, I know my priority. My priority was to produce milk for my son. It wasn't because to lose weight or anything like that. I just gave birth. I always try to give myself grace and all that. So I started to take it, even if I wasn't hungry. I keep eating, and I kept trying to. And guys, I saw an instant difference in milk production when I started to eat and started to prioritize liquid. I take water, and honestly, I don't know about you guys, breastfeeding makes me thirsty. But if I wasn't eating, then I don't like to take water if I don't eat, because the moment I gulp water, if I don't eat, I start to have like my stomach upsetting me. So I try to like avoid water. I didn't know I was kind of hurting myself. Let me put it that way. So I saw an instant difference. I'm like, wow, because when you're pumping, you have to be noticing difference like this. That's the kind of the advantage that we pumping moms have over the people that nurse, because every change you notice it. If you're nursing, you might not really notice it so much. But if you're pumping, if I'm pumping, let's say 5 ounce, and maybe I made a slight change in diet or stuff, and I'm pumping like 7 ounce, do you understand? You kind of instantly notice stuff. I kind of noticed an instant boost when I started to eat and started to take water. I was taking water, but I was told teammates baby poop non-stop. Oh no, I don't know about that, but no, it didn't happen to my any of my kids. I even with her, I've taken tea already. Like with her, they just poop normal. Some days they don't even poop at all, and I take tea every day. So no, it depends. See, let me tell you, it's not one size fits all stuff. That's why I'm gonna give you like different stuff that you have to try. It's not one size fit all when it comes to breastfeeding and stuff like that. It's something that you have to keep trying different methods, because I see a lot of people try like one or two things or three, and they're like, oh, I tried this, I did that. You keep if and at the end of the day, I keep telling people, it depends on your goal. What do you aim to achieve? What do you want to achieve? Because when you have something you really want to achieve, how far you go to get that really matter a lot. So it depends. So you can just try, maybe take tea or maybe take this one and it doesn't work. You're like, oh, it didn't work. Let me just. We all know. We're here to talk about breast milk. We all know that fed is best. Okay, fed is best. That is why formula exists, because we have people that we need the formula no matter what. But I believe that God gave us natural formula here that a lot of people want to use, but they don't know how to use it. They are the people I'm talking to, not the ones that already, like, some people already made up their mind the moment I have, and it's okay. I don't even judge moms that do that at all. I have a friend that when she was pregnant, she just told me, she said, God gave you that grace. God didn't give me. I'm going straight to formula. I don't even have the energy. I see all that you're doing. I mean, you are meant for this. I really can. We have people like that. No judgment. That's what you want to do. That's why I said at the end of the day, what do you aim to achieve? If I have a goal I set aside for myself, how far I'm willing to go to achieve that goal depends. So that's what I'm trying to say. I'm a Nigerian like you. Please tell me the kind of tea you drink. What helped? Okay, but Benis, what helped me in my own case was the constant intake of hot water. You see, because I couldn't eat. You see, so the couldn't eat one it was a problem. And I see a lot of people that just get better. They are eating a lot. I'm like, you guys are so lucky. It took me months, even with her. It took me months to kind of start having a relationship with food. The only thing I can take is tea. I can take it for morning, afternoon, and night. But you give me regular food, I'm not gonna eat it. I mean, Nigeria, like, what did you? I drank Milo and milk. That's the tea now. What else we call tea? It's Milo and milk. So it helped. It helped a lot. I saw an instant difference. So I'm not gonna tell you that is the only thing. So we are giving you step by step things that I did and that I feel like I have. Let me tell you guys, I've held a lot of moms' hands and walked them through breastfeeding journey, and the testimonies are endless. I just like to help when I feel like you are struggling. I want to help you. So that's what I'm telling you, that everything I'm telling you right now, I have experimented it and it has worked. And I even had to do the experiment with my sister. My sister gave birth to twins in March. I was holding her, like, it feels like I was calling her almost every minute to tell her what she's gonna do. She struggled. So I'm gonna come to that side. So I'm gonna tell you that what I'm telling you now is what has proven 100% to work. But if you try everything I'm gonna say right now and it didn't work for you, you are just one of those few percentage of women that don't lactate or don't have enough or stuff. She's sleepy. Yeah, mama, you're sleepy. Yeah. Where's baby's milk? Let me finish the milk, mama. Let's finish it so that. Where's baby's milk? The one that was here right now that I gave her. Yeah. I know you very well. I know you took that milk. Where is baby's milk? The one I gave baby now. All right. I'm coming. Okay, Norma, how about the pepper soup for newborns? Okay, I'm taking your questions. I have given an anti I was given an antibiotic and was advised not to breastfeed for the time, but my milk supply reduced instantly. Haven't you seen my viral pump and dump video? Chioma, that's why. Okay, I wanna do something. I wanna write down your questions so that I can always go back there. So that when I finish explaining, so that I don't have to keep going back. When I finish explaining all these things, then I go back and pick from your question and then answer them. I don't know if that's okay. Alicia Reid, listening attentively because I'm struggling with my thought. Oh, I know, I can understand. Omotayo used to perfect Milo and milk will suffer now. I beg wait though. So I started taking that and I saw there was instant, I saw like an instant jump. I called my mom, like, thank you. I was trying to like avoid, stuff, because you already added weight when you're pregnant. I'm trying to like not add so much weight. So this, constantly taking it will make it. But at that point in time, I chose my priority. My priority was to produce breast milk, not for weight or whatever it is. Everything, my love, can you keep that thing, please? Everything has its time. At that time, I was struggling. I want breast milk for my baby. And my son was a foodie. But this one, if I told my son ate, she is fire. Do you donate your milk? Because I see your freezer filled up with brain. Okay, I'm gonna come back and answer all this question. Chidak, my love, please, can you leave that in? I'm gonna come back and answer. Baby, please come and help me, I beg. With fan. I don't know. I think maybe this one is better. The ceiling one. I'm poor girl. Sleep, she's sleeping. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Fine. Thank you. Or should we go on the Sunday one? I'm sweating, but I don't know. I'm talking now. That's why I'm sweating. But she's not doing anything. Oh no, cold. Yeah, no, the weather is cold for Easter. So, do you donate? Okay, I'm gonna come back and answer all your questions. So I don't want us to miss all our points. So now I've given you one point that helped me. Feeding helped a lot. I think maybe the ceiling one is better, maybe only the ceiling one because I'm talking as I'm sweating, but them they are not doing anything, so they might be cold, Abby. Let's use only this one. So that feeding helped a lot. Then let me tell you, if you don't keep tabs of your water, please do. Oh my God, you are really underestimating what water can do for you in your breastfeeding journey. And when I say water, I don't mean just take water like this and you're like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about taking this whole one, another one, and gulping them. Yes. So every pump I take two. If I don't finish two of them, I take at least one and half. But I don't take like something like this. This is not considered water. I'm talking about water. So the moment I'm pumping, I am gulping those water. And oh my God, breast milk is water. Guys, if you want to make breast milk and you're not taking water, please reevaluate yourself. I was, let me see. She's fire. OMG, your daughter and mine have been eating and drinking so much. Look, let me tell you, I was thinking my son was, drank milk. He didn't drink nothing compared to her. In fact, for him, when he turned 3 months, he kind of like dropped. Hmm? Hmm. No, no, you can't. TikTok, that you cannot. He was crazy. She drinks a lot, so I was like, oh my God, I have to make this milk. I have to make this milk. So water. So I've given you 2 points, right? Feeding, and water. You have to eat. And when I tell people eat, and they be like, oh, I don't have money for water. Haven't been drinking. Oh my dear, if you haven't been drinking water, you are not ready. I'm telling you the truth. And honestly, I don't go to my messages all the time, but some days I just like go there and just, like read the comments and all, and try to see what people say. You will come back and tell me that what I told you worked. If you haven't been prioritizing water enough, and I gave you an example of water. I don't mean sipping water, no. I mean gulping water, like taking a lot. Make sure in a day you take at least, you can take more. I took more, at least 1 gallon daily when you're breastfeeding. You are gonna see a lot of difference because breast milk is water. It's liquid that you're putting. So for some people, they don't know how to take a lot of water. So that is why we take, like, sorry, why are you drinking the water like that? So that's why I take body armor. You can take anything. I'm not promoting anything, but you can take water. You can take anything liquid. Let me put it that way. Simply put, liquid. But we know that water is, that's the main thing. But if you're not able to take a lot of water, please make sure you prioritize liquid. That has maybe like electrolyte, coconut water. A lot of people take coconut water, and there's a huge difference. It's just the coconut water I tried to take when I had my son. I didn't like the taste, so I stopped. I stopped you know so yeah, take water. You want to produce milk and you're not taking water, what are you waiting for? Please take a lot of water. Just please jot down this whole thing I'm telling you. I'm explaining it extensively because you're going to see a lot of difference. So after I told you to water and feeding. So now let's go to the one that actually now defines the king of all, is taking out milk. Breastfeeding is demand and supply. So not everybody is gonna pump, no problem. But if you're not a pumping mom, can you at least nurse constantly, at least the first 3 months of your breastfeeding journey? Because a lot of people, and I understand, the sleep deprivation is real. So sometimes you are lucky, you have your kids, some of you say from birth, your kids sleep all through the night. Then because your kids are sleeping all through the night, you're sleeping too. Wow, you're sleeping too. No, you shouldn't. So that's the thing. Breast milk is demand and supply. If your baby is nursing constantly, you you're telling your body that, oh my god, my baby is so hungry, they need this milk. When they are nursing, I'm talking about people that are nursing now. I'm gonna go to people that are pumping. So if you're nursing directly, mom, I'm gonna tell you, if your baby is nursing constantly, it's a demand and supply thingy. You're telling your body that your baby is hungry and your baby need that milk. Your body will keep making that milk, of course, with all these other changes that I've given to you right now. But some of you're missing out on the time that your body makes the most milk, sleeping. We all know that sleep deprivation is, it's real, but so is not producing enough milk for your baby. It's so heart wrenching. I have, like, you so worrisome. Your babe, please come. This boy, maybe with paper towel, he has poured the water. Paper towel, or maybe that towel, normal regular towel. This boy. So you're missing out on a lot of milk. You're missing out on a lot of milk when you're sleeping. So if your baby is sleeping, please make sure you're taking out milk. You are taking out milk. Either when your baby is sleeping and you feel engorged and it's time, please take out milk. Every time you wait for your body, for your boobs to feel engorged before you take out milk, you're wasting out valuable amount of milk. You are wasting milk. Okay, let me carry her. She has slept. Inside room. She has slept. So every time you're waiting, oh yeah, oh, my baby is sleeping all through the night. She sleep at, let's say she sleep at so time, you go and sleep too, and you will not wake up and do anything. Oh, you are wasting. You're wasting milk. You are wasting milk. So the third one I'm telling you right now is constantly take out milk. Constantly take out milk. If you're nursing directly and your baby is sleeping, honestly, if you are able to, like, take the baby and put the baby there to, like, suck while the baby is sleeping, even good. I have been an enougher. I have not been an undersupply, but I would take being an oversupply 1,000 times over just an enougher. Because when I was making just enough, my heart was beating every time my son is like, I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Thank you. I breastfed, but not constantly. I really want to incorporate pumping. How often would you say I pump? Okay, I'm gonna come back to it. So a lot of you, yeah, you breastfed, you see, but if you're breastfeeding like directly and your baby is not, maybe sleeping, or sometimes they just like, just take out milk. It's as simple as ABC. If you don't want to pump, like some people say they don't want to pump because they don't want to create an oversupply, you can do the hacker method. When your baby is nursing here, you can put the hacker there. But even when your baby is not nursing, you can use the hacker. When I was trying to nurse my son, I put the hacker here, and my son is trying to nurse here, and that one is full. And when he's not nursing, what I do is I use like the pad. I put the pad here, and I just put the hacker here, and the milk is coming out. You're not pumping, so you're not creating an oversupply. You're just trying to like take out. So when you're constantly taking out milk, your body is signaling your body. You're kind of signaling your body, tell your body, oh my God, my baby is hungry and my baby needs more food. Your body will keep making it. So I see a lot of people, I understand, like I say again, if your baby is sleeping or you don't have your baby with you or anything, when you're supposed to be taking out milk, you're sleeping. So that's why I said I've spoken to a lot of women, and I ask them all the things they do, and I ask them question like, if your baby is sleeping like through the night, let's say your baby sleep, like what do you do? She say, oh, I sleep with the baby. And you hear them tell me, oh, I have done everything. I have done everything. I have done so much. And when I ask just like the normal question, like this one I ask right now, when your baby sleep longer, like for 5 6 hours, what do you do? You are sleeping. How are you gonna make that milk if your baby is you're not taking the milk out? Especially because the first 14 weeks of your of especially because the first 14 weeks after you finish having your baby, that's what is gonna determine your milk supply. If you waste the 14 weeks you have, I don't know, because your body, your milk supply regulates in 14 weeks. So some people come earlier, some people, but 14 weeks is when your body, your milk regulates. So that is when you're supposed to be working so hard to make milk, because when your body, your milk regulates, whatever supply you have built over time, maybe when you're sleeping and when you're slacking and stuff like that, that's all you're going to be getting. So I don't know if I'm going to explain this thing in a way that I want everybody to really understand it. The first 14 weeks of having a baby, of your postpartum, 14 weeks, your body regulates, your milk regulates. Regulate, that means if you're constantly pumping and pumping, trying to take out milk and you're getting enough milk, if you're doing it constantly, that 14 weeks, those amount of milk you were making that time, you're gonna keep making those milk, because that is what you told your body that this is what my baby is taking, and this is my baby is so hungry, my baby wants to eat all these things. Your body, when that time for regulation, which is the 14 weeks, like I said, some people is before, and honestly, the after is like 2% of people, but 14 weeks. That amount of milk you were constantly taking out, and when your body regulates, you'll be making that amount of milk, because that is what you have finally told your body, that this milk I'm producing is for my baby and my baby is so hungry. But if you're one of those people that those few, because I know that 14 weeks is when we are still trying to, like, our body, we're just coming out postpartum, like we're still trying to like rest. Our body is so weak, so a lot of people are not able to. So that first few weeks, that's when a lot of people actually even give formula more, and they're like, oh, I cannot, milk is not coming. When your body regulates at that 14 weeks, you won't be making anything. I don't know. I want to see your comments. I'm reading your comments. I want to make sure that I am I explain this in a way that you people understand. I want to make sure I am well understood. I'm making sense. Let me put it that way. So when your body regulates, that's why you don't see a lot of milk later on, because you didn't work for it. Actually, you didn't eat what you're supposed to be eating. Understand? Thank you. You didn't eat all the things you're supposed to be eating. You're not taking a lot of fluid. You're not taking a lot of, you're not taking out milk. So when it's 14 weeks and your body regulates, whatever it is you're making that time, that's what you keep making. That's why a lot of you, in fact, you kind of start decreasing. you know. But for people like us that understood it, I was so happy when I found this information. Like I said, with my son, it was a learning curve. It was a learning curve with my son. So when I found that information, I was so happy. I was 7 weeks postpartum. I'm like, oh, I still have time. So I started working for it. We are building supply. We are not sleeping. And just because with my son, I knew all the things to do, you would expect that with my daughter, I'm just gonna like, just sleep because I already know. No, I was building supply because I know what it entails. Before 14 weeks, I was making sure I pump constantly. If you're nursing, you nurse constantly so that your baby, your body regulates. When your body regulates, oh my God, it's a lot of milk. Yes, very insightful. Thank you so much. So that is, I was so happy when I found that information. I found out and I was like, thank God I still have time. I started working and working because the moment your body regulates, if you were making, let's say for example, you're making 10 ounce, you know, 10 ounce, and you are just like, that's what you make all those period. When your body regulates at that 14 weeks, you'll be making 10 ounce. Or sometimes you might even be making less. But let's say, for example, people like us that understood it, that our body will regulate, our supply will regulate at 14 weeks. We're working for it and we're making like 50 ounce. That is what you'll be making. Do you understand? So that's why some of you say, oh, my this thing dropped, it didn't drop. Your body has finally regulated. So, and it regulates to what they think your baby need based on what you were doing at the early stage. Okay, please, I'm not making even up to 30 ml again. We turned 6 weeks yesterday. Please, is it possible to? Oh yeah, that's why I said it's gonna be very insightful. I'm gonna make sure I make it as insightful as I can. Explain it in a way that even someone that is just starting right now will understand it. I'm gonna make sure I explain it that way. Okay, please. Someone said 3 kids in, and I've never heard that there's a timeline. Very important. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, the when I found that, I'm like, what? So I won't say your body's gonna make milk. I'm not gonna say the timeline, but I'm saying that your body finally regulates. That 14 weeks is when your body finally regulates that, okay, because when you first have the baby, your body is kind of like playing a lot of trick. Today, this minute you are making this, next minute, there's a lot of things really happening at that point in time. That is because your body has not regulated. It's trying to like understand what you need. What do you need? What does this your baby really need? Your body has not really understood it. That's why it's kind of fluctuating. But when you keep nursing, if your baby is the foodie and your baby keep nursing, your body is now saying, oh, okay, the baby is hungry. So your body kind of start making it because they are trying to understand. This whole thing is hormone working here and there. But when is that 14 weeks? Some people might be more. Some people even notice the drop before even the 14 weeks. Some people notice it. But at that 14 weeks, your body now finally say, okay, I finally understood. Okay, the body needs 10 ounce. This is what the baby wants. Baby don't want more than that. Or if you are someone that is doing, pumping every time, then your body says, oh, okay, the baby, this one is a food the baby likes so much milk. So this 50 ounces is what the baby it takes. Your body kind of regulates to that. I'm trying to make sure. I agree, Alicia. I didn't know there was a timeline. It's so good to know. My second is 3 months tomorrow, and I'm like, oh gosh, is it too late to become an oversupply? It's not too late. It's not too late. I was more terrified because I'm like, I called my sister and I'm like, oh, I didn't know all these things. Is it too late? She said, when it comes to breastfeeding, some people even stopped lactating and they started relactating and their milk came. So you're even still, you're still, in that journey. It's not too late. You can always make a difference when it comes to breast. You're not going to be making, because I want you to take it out of your head about being an oversupply, because it kind of messes up with your psychology. Don't even think about being an oversupply. Think about making enough milk for your baby. And when I say enough milk, I mean, if your baby takes 50 ml daily, focus on, you want to make sure that your baby gets at least 52 ml, for example. I don't know if you understand me. That is regarded as an oversupply, but no, because sometimes your baby takes more, sometimes they take less. I'm just trying to give an example. Being an oversupply and having it in mind, it messes up with your psychology. In fact, it messes up with your ability to produce milk. If you have it in mind, oh, I want to be an oversupply, you mess your psychology mess up. So just make sure you are standing on, I just want to breastfeed, not being an oversupply. You understand? But if it happens over time, that's good. But if you put it ahead of your brain, because let me tell you, breast milk again is psychology. I've seen a lot of women do a lot of tricks, and I don't blame them. I understand. Some of them, what they do is, when you're pumping, what they did is they used like a socks and cover their. I saw that trick and I'm like, it makes sense because it's psychology. When you're pumping and you're looking at the stuff, oh my god, it's just 1 ml, just 2 ml. You are already getting discouraged. It has to do with your psychology. You understand? So when you're looking at your bottle and its drops are coming, you're like, oh my god, I'm just making 1 drop, oh 2 drop, oh just I'm almost 30 minutes and I'm not even making. You kind of, your psychology is going and you will not even produce. So that's why you have to understand that. And so a lot of women, I saw them when they want to pump, they wear a socks. The socks, they wear it on the bottle and just relax and pump. When they are done, they take out the socks and see what they made. And I saw a lady, she was showing her journey from where she was not putting the socks because she keep looking at the cup is not getting filled. So she was not making enough. She said, but when she started putting that socks, she showed the progress. She was making a lot of milk because now she's not worried about what is going in there. I don't know if you understand me. It made kind of sense. So that's me trying to tell you that breast milk again is psychology. So you have to take out some stuff. Maybe you see a lot of milk on social media. Our bodies are different. The most important thing is, what does your baby need? Focus on putting all your energy to what your baby really need. Forget about every other thing you're seeing. Yes, understood. So now let's now go to. So now we've talked about eating, drinking a lot of fluid, taking out milk. So take out milk is very important. I don't know who needs to hear this, but taking out milk is so important. If you're nursing directly and you don't want to pump, or you don't have pump, you can get the hacker. When your baby is not even taking milk and you're walking around the house. When I had my son, I did it before I started taking pumping very seriously. I put the two hacker here and I'm walking around the house because the moment you put it sticks. I put the two hacker here and I'm walking around the house. The milk is going inside there. Your body is still taking that milk, but not just relax and just oh, my baby is sleeping. No, let me just relax. No, you're not doing yourself. You're doing a lot of harm to yourself in the sense that you're wasting precious, valuable time that you're supposed to take out milk. And this other fourth one I'm about to tell you right now is the one that ever since I found it out, I don't know. I wish every other mom hears it. No matter how, like I keep saying again, it depends on your goal. Understand it again. Every time I want to tell you something, I will go back to telling you what is your goal. My goal at that point in time with my son was to do everything I can humanly possible to do to produce milk. Is it going to be easy? No. Is it going to be hard? Yes. Is it going to be rewarding? Yes. Is it going to give me my conscience? Because every mom have one guilt that they face, one or the other. I know the guilt I was going to face if I didn't take this step. One is, all my life I always dreamt of breastfeeding my baby. I never dreamt of pumping and stuff. Like, I just dreamt of putting the baby, the normal way everybody know. Your baby is sucking, you guys are just locking eyes together and playing. That's all I dreamt of. It didn't happen with my son, but I quickly changed my dream in the sense that it's not about the baby coming here. It's about the baby taking breast milk and the benefit I know that it has for the baby. That's all. So focus on your goal at the end of the day. Thanks for your time and for sharing this valuable to. Thank you so much. So it depends. So focus on your goal. Whatever it is that is your goal, stick to it. Every mom have one thing that is making them so guilty every day. They want to sleep. They think about it. We all do. And I know that mine is, it would have been the breast milk if I wasn't giving my baby. I've had a mom that I was tutoring for breast milk and she started making it. I understand where she's coming from. She started making this breast milk and she sent me a message. She said, thank you so much. I now make enough breast milk, but guess what the problem is? I say, what? She said, oh my god, the sleep. When I want to wake up in the night to pump, I'm so sleepy. I just decided to, you know what, I'm not gonna pump. And that's how she entirely stopped even pumping or nursing. She went to formula, and till tomorrow, her baby is 2 years now, like with my son. Till tomorrow, every time I will get a chance to chat, she tell me that the guilt has not left her. You know why it didn't leave her? Because she now makes the milk, but she now decided, due to one thing or the other, everybody have their own different reason. She now decided that, you know what, the stress is too much, and I think my baby just rather take formula while I. So she struggled to even stop her breast milk from flowing because she started making the milk. She told me, she said, "Thank you so much. I was doing everything, and I was surprised I was making the milk." And because of sleep deprivation, which affects a lot of people mentally. So, and I understand, like I said, I understand every mom. So I'm trying to tell you that make sure you're doing something that is not going to keep you for years regretting. Oh, every time you see it and you're like, oh, I wish I. Make sure now that you still have the time, you're doing what you think you can, because at the end of the day, we are all doing our best. We're not all perfect. We are doing what we feel in our heart that is best for our babies. As long as in your heart there's conviction that you're doing the right thing, that's okay. So I'm saying it now because even now that I have my baby, the last time she saw my baby, she was like, "Oh my God, look at her." She was like, she was like, "Oh my God, I'm still regretting. Every time I look at my son, I wish I stuck up, just the same way you did." I said, "Don't compare yourself with me. You might have like other priority that, I mean, you might have something else that you have planned for your child that I might not even, I didn't have. I might be feeling guilty about it, because I don't." I'm trying to say that at the end of the day, our guilt and our love for our children is different from. So you take the one that belongs to you. Hers, she wanted to breastfeed. She told me that she had 2 kids. She didn't breastfeed. That she did like first few weeks, and she was tired. She wasn't producing, and she stopped, and all that. So she wanted her third and only child, and last child to breastfeed. So I helped her. She was making the milk, but she told me that she was so sleep deprived, and because she has to wake up in the morning, her other kids were going to school. I understand. So she said, "I just had to stop so that I will just be able to sleep." She said, "I just had to give the baby the formula and all that." She said, "Now I'm feeling like I failed my baby because I was making the milk." I said, "You have to forgive yourself at some point. You have to forgive yourself." But I know I'm gonna feel the same way with her if I didn't do it. So your priority, choose your priority. Whatever you feel that is a priority to you, choose it. That's it. Let me see. Let me see. Your kids are adorable. Thank you so much, MS. So that's that about this. So now let's now go back to why I was saying about priority. There's a reason why I had to say all those things, and I'm going back. I think the fifth, is it fourth point? I don't even know. If you guys are writing it down, please. What is it? The fourth or fifth point that I'm about to make right now is there's a particular time of the day where your body makes the most milk. That is when the time that the hormone that is responsible for producing breast milk, that is when they come out. You know how you're trying to like get pregnant? Ovulation is when your eggs come out, and anything that goes then catches it. You know how that explains? That is how we have a time that hormone that is responsible for breast milk. Fourth point, thank you so much. So that is that time that the hormone that is responsible for breast milk comes out. So this fourth point right now is between the hours of 4. That is why you notice kids like to feed around that 4 a.m. You know, I've seen that when I was in my 4 a.m. feeding chronicle, I have a lot of mom. They're like, "I'm awake with you at the same time." So that is the time that the hormone. So between the hour of 4 to 6 a.m., the hormone. That is why if you notice, I'm telling you this because you have to like try and pay attention to it. During the day, you might not be like so engorged. If you like stay for like few hours without pumping or nursing, you might not be like so engorged. But during the midnight, haven't you noticed that you wake up with more engorgement? Like you wake up with your boobs stronger. And during the daytime, let's say you waited like 5 hours to pump during the day or nurse, and you just feel full. But in that AM, you notice that you wake up, sometimes your breast is very hard, like you're so engorged. That's because that is the exact time that hormone that is responsible for breast milk, that is when it is most present. So if you're wasting that, it's a waste. I make 2 times my regular pump in that AM. My first pump of the day, even when I say first pump, I pump, let's say, at 3 a.m. and my next pump is supposed to be like, let's say, 6 a.m. or 7. Sometimes I try to extend it. because I have like a lot of milk. So don't behave like me. Sometimes I kind of shift it and I pump like 3, and my next one's pump is supposed to be, let's say, around 6. I wait maybe 6:30 or even 7, for example. And if I show you my first pump, I keep filling all my containers. I keep filling this. It's 3 of this. I'll fill it up. That is when the hormone that is responsible for breast milk, that is when they come. That is when they are most present. When you waste that time, oh my God, if you waste that time. So let me tell you, let me explain it in this way. If you're making 50 ounces of milk every day, and you're not doing that pump I'm telling you about, if you start to do that pump that I'm telling you about, you are going to increase your pump to at least 4 or 5 ounces for people that are making over. Don't go overboard. You can, for you that are making just like a normal, you can increase your supply with that pump that you added to 2 ounces. I'm not even joking. That pump between 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Don't miss it. Don't miss it for anything. That is when the hormone. And I want to know this example I gave now. If you've experienced anything like that, please let me see your comments so that I know that I'm not just the only one, and other moms that I know. That's in the morning pump. That time you didn't even spend, like, you haven't even slept like 5 hours. You are so engorged, like your boobs are so hard, compared to like during the daytime when you stay that same amount of hours and you haven't pumped or nursed. I wake up, my boobs hard. I can't even turn. So please, between the hours of 4 to 6 a.m., make sure you're doing something. I say pump because I'm exclusively pumping, but if you are nursing, put the hacker. Or even if you can say, okay, that time of the day is the only time I pump for the day, it's still okay. I've had a lot of moms that regret not even pumping, even if it's once or twice a day, because she was sick and she dried up. There was a mom I'm donating milk to presently. She was sick in her 3rd month. She was sick, and after the tablet they gave her after she finished taking her medication, she wanted to go back to go back to her pumping and nursing and stuff like that. And she dried up. She wasn't making milk. She told me, she said, okay, yeah, she was nursing, yeah, because I remember her telling me that she regrets not pumping even if it's once or twice a day, just to keep that thing, so that when your body is going through that process, your baby can be taking something from there. So I'm trying to give you like different instances of. That is why if you're not pumping, don't be a pump. Nobody's asking you to pump 247, like be a exclusive pumping mom like me and stuff like that. But I'm trying to tell you that anything can happen. Anything can happen. So that's why even if you pump like twice a day, is something like you keep storing it. Just imagine pumping twice a day and you're storing that milk. Is something. Are we still following? Everybody's quiet now. Okay, no, yeah, no, sorry. What I mean is full. I'm sorry, I'm using the word engorge. Engorge means like you so, yeah, full. That's what I mean. So you see, from that 3 to when you wake up to nurse your baby, your breast is so full. Yeah. So yeah, full is what I mean. Not really engorge per se. You are so right. That's the golden hour milk making hormone. Yeah, prolactin. Yes, is present then. I not at this time, but now after this, I'll pump afterward and fully empty. That's why I have to. I will go back. I will give you guys all this. That's why please just write all these things and just follow it like this. I don't know where you're gonna get this whole explanation. I don't know how you are gonna get it again in the internet. You could be seeing like 1 or 2 messages and maybe somebody posts this, they'll tell you do this, but I don't know where you're gonna get this. I try my best to be so insightful, like make it so plain that if you follow this whole thing, 1, 2, 3 will work for you. My baby nurses regularly, so I only get to pump only at night, which is good, so that's why I said, if your baby is nursing constantly and maybe you're pumping once or twice during the for a whole day, it's okay. You don't need to be a exclusive pumping mom like us. So now, please, that golden hour, the prolactin, that is when, the hormone that is responsible for breast milk, that is when it's present. Please don't waste that time sleeping. Don't waste those milk. Those milk are a lot. When I'm pumping around that time, it's flowing 5 minutes, because normally, your let down comes out. What is it, my love? What? Your let down comes, and after like some minutes, go. But the moment I start pumping, I have let down non-stop. My cup sometimes almost full before I even now have like to relax and go through the normal pump. That's to tell you how the prolactin. Thank you for giving me that word. I was looking for the prolactin. I was looking for that word. That is when it is that is present. Please don't waste that time. Don't waste it sleeping, and you wake up the next day and you're like, oh God, what do I do? It is, I don't know about you people, but I know every mom that I know that is breastfeeding or pumping or whatever you're doing, it is emotionally wrecking when you're not making enough milk for your baby. I remember when my son is about to wake up that time, that I was making just enough. My heart is beating fast because I'm like, oh my God, I don't have enough milk. So it means that I have to just give him formula. So, but just imagine the peace of mind I have now, that whether the baby nurse, so even if I don't care. I I don't like to brag about it, but the amount of milk we waste in this house, we waste at least, the least, 15 to 20 ounce of milk here daily goes to the drain. Not the one for shower. Where is the bottle I using feeding her right now? I don't know where my son kept it. She was still eating, and let's say I have like 2 ounces in that one. It's gone. I not say I give her again. Sometimes she have like 3 ounce. We have 20 ounce at least of breast milk going down the drain. Do I want to brag about it? No. But do I have peace of mind? Yes. I'm not. I've seen a mom that told me, she said, I hate to do this, but she said every time her baby just like kind of start eating and she stop eating, she's frustrated. She's trying to force the baby because she know the milk is waste. No, that's not happening with me. When I give her and she suck, and she's like, you know what, I'm done. I just keep it aside because I have more from where that is coming from, like a lot. So I'm trying to tell you that the peace of mind you get when you are making you are meeting up to the demand and just making low is different. So why do I want to give myself such anxiety? So make sure you're pumping at that time. Between hours of 4 a.m. to 6 a.m., that is when the hormone that is responsible for your breast milk is out. Baby is sleeping, baby is not sleeping. Please, nurse, pump, do whatever you have to do. Take out milk. That's all I have to say. Make sure you're taking out milk. Yes, we are. So yeah, please. I've given you that point now. So this is the fourth point, right? So now the fifth, because we are now going where we will now be going now to other questions that I see here. Those are the things I really wanted to touch. So now, well, we give that point. The next point now is I'm gonna focus on pumping moms with this one. When I finish, I'll go directly to the nursing one. The pumping moms now, where your milk is getting stuck. See, let me tell you, your milk is going down the drain, but you have no idea. Is in terms of pump you use, flange size. Oh my God, I cannot really overemphasize this. And now let me tell you, every time I have a chance, I give this testimony. Like I said, when with my son, I was struggling. I was having my nipple bleeding. It was so sore. When I say bleeding, the first milk that comes into the pump, you see blood. I have to like pour it out. Then that is how bad it was. I was struggling. I was struggling. I don't know that. Normally when you're buying a pump, they just give you like regular it's 24 mm, 24 mm, is it mm? I forgot. My God, yes, mm, and 18 and 28. Those are the two. So you just use it and you're just pumping. I don't know what they call that. They have like flange size. That everybody have different flange size. I have no idea. My lactation consultant in the hospital, she measured my nipple and she told me that it was 28. So I started using 28. I didn't know nothing, and guys, I suffered. I suffered with my son. The first few months of breastfeeding, pumping with my son was tough. I was crying. The moment I'm putting the pump and I'm about to turn it on, tears. I'm not joking. Tears. I'm crying. It's so painful. Oh, it's so painful. I'll be screaming. I'll be bleeding. If I finish, I'll rub the nipple cream in my, for healing, because I'm not even saying it looks like. I'm telling you that it was almost about to damage my nipple. It was chopped. And that was because I was using the wrong flange size. Oh, every time this story, I keep saying, I share it every time I have the chance to. I was using the wrong flange size. I have no idea that they have like flange size and stuff like that. I have no idea. So I was in a group, a breastfeeding group. What is it? What are you pointing at? So I was in a breastfeeding group and I had to like share this story. I told them, I said, I need help. Please, I need help. My nipples are all bleeding. I have a lot of wound that, because I keep, I'm still pumping constantly, it's not healing. I kept crying. I told them I don't know what to do. I'm almost, that's to tell you how till tomorrow, I'm very proud of myself. I went through a lot with my son's journey that a lot of people would have given up. I was so resilient. I wanted to see this whole breastfeeding journey to the end. That was me. The moment the pump starts, blood. That's what you see. I'll turn it out. They said it's okay to feed the baby. They call it pink milk or something like that. But I turn it out. I don't feed the baby that. I had to like show them. I was not ashamed. I made a video and I showed them in the group. I told them, I said, I don't know what to do. So it was from the video I made. I made that post before. They told me check your flange size and stuff like that. But when I made the video, and a lot of moms said, oh no, from this video I can please, how long should we pump for? 30 minutes minimum. Please don't pump anything less than 30 minutes. They'll tell you 20 to 30 minutes. Your body kind of empty in 30 minutes, not 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, I have one more letdown. It has happened with my son till this baby. Every time it's 20 minutes and my pump session, I don't end to 20 minutes. But I'm trying to tell you that I experiment it. After 20 minutes, I have one more letdown. So no. I have one more letdown. 30 minutes, please. So I made the video and I showed them that, oh, look at my boobs and look at what I'm going through. And from the video, a lot of moms say, oh my God, mama, you are going through so much. From what I'm seeing in your video, your flange size is too big, so it's pushing in all your areolas. And I screamed. I didn't know I was. So guys, information is knowledge. You see, knowledge is very important. So, and I didn't make that video for that observation. I was just making a video to tell them, to show them how the milk is coming out and stuff. And all the moms saw the observations. But what if after 10 minutes and nothing is coming? Keep doing, no, keep going. Keep going. It, like I said, you are trying to build supply. Please make it 30 minutes. Even if nothing comes after 10, let your session complete for 30 minutes. If you're in a haste or you're in a hurry or whatever, you can do 20. But if you have the time, please 30 minutes. Continue to 30 minutes. And that is why majority of pumps, this 30 minutes, not your pump doesn't stop until 30 minutes. Spectra, Baby Buddha, all of them that I've used is 30 minutes. There's a reason why it's like that. Yes, until you get a letdown. Thank you. So please keep going. Coming out or no coming out, keep going. So, okay, now go, please. Mommy is talking. I kept you here so that you say hi, but you are here now singing on top of my phone. So all the moms commented. They're like, oh, mama, no, you're doing it wrong. You're using the wrong flange size. This flange size you're using is so big. Your whole areolas are going in the inside. So of course you're gonna be. When they told me that, I said, oh, but the lactation consultant, she checked it for me, and they're like, oh, the thing is, over time in your pumping journey, your flange size kind of changes. A lot of things, if information, like knowledge is power. I'm like, how? She said yes, because sometimes the beginning of your postpartum journey, your breast is still like huge, still sore, so your nipples are still big, and all that, so your flange size can be bigger. That the lactation consultant, she might not, she did the right, maybe she was right at that point in time, but later on, of course, maybe when my nipples are healing and stuff, it went back to, like, the normal size is supposed to be. She said, check your nipple size yourself. And I'm like, how do I check my nipple size? It's always good for moms to help moms, because sometimes the anxiety, the frustration that comes with breastfeeding and stuff is too much for a mom to handle. So it's always good that we help each other. These people helped me so much. They sent a chart for me on how to, they helped me. I bought the measuring tape and I started measuring. They showed me how, if you enter here, and lo and behold, guys, I was using 28 mm. And when I measured myself, my flange size was 25. It was 25. I did it over and over again, used different method. You bought another measuring tape, did everything. It was 25. So I bought another flange size. I bought 25 flange size. And the Lord took over. Oh my God. One was the pain disappeared. It's like I'm giving testimony. The pain that I feel every time I'm pumping, I'm screaming, I'm waiting for the pump session to finish. I can't do nothing. It's like I'm frozen when I'm pumping. Those pain went. Just because I now use the flange size that was meant for me. That's one. Secondly, I was making 2 times the milk I was making. So let's say, for example, if I'm pumping and maybe I'm making like 4 ounces, my cup started to get. The next day in the morning, I made a video and I posted it on the group. I said, this is just the next day in the morning. Why all this milk? That was when I started turning my milk out. From that day that I changed my flange size and was using the right, yes, I was using the right flange size. This thing I'm telling you, the next day I made a video. I didn't know that I can have like milk and the milk will be overflowing. So I was just pumping and I was just sitting down because one, I'm now not suffering in pain. So I was pressing my phone, watching a movie, and my clothes start to soak. And I looked, my cup was already full. Had no idea that could happen. I had to tell my husband, please give me a cup, let me put on that there. So he brought a cup. I just put the pump there and was pumping out. I say, what? How can it just a flange, I saw it like a little change, but that would define your entire pumping journey. Let me tell you, every other advice I've given you, write it down. After you're done writing it down, if you don't have the right flange size, you are not ready. That one change, the flange size I made, gave me the comfort I don't know I will ever have. I was able to pump and just relax. Never happened. When I'm pumping, my spirit is up because I'm in pain. I hold it and I'm like, God, the pain went. My nipples start to heal. In 2 days, my nipple healed already because the breast milk helps with your nipple healing too. Then I started making, the one I didn't envision was making so much milk. That was how I became an oversupply. I was making just enough for my baby, but that was how I became an oversupply. I didn't see having more milk part of my changing flange size. I changed the flange size. Remember I told you guys the pain I was feeling, I was bleeding. It was a lot. For me, I was making enough milk for my baby. I wasn't fishing to have milk increase or anything like that. I just was going there crying because of my pain. But I didn't know that while I was doing that change, I made ×2, no joke. That was the day I started to turn my milk out to another container till tomorrow. That's one thing I said, God. So when you hear people tell you your plant size, I don't know, has anybody given you this testimony that I give right now? Yeah, you need a testimony like this. My milk went up drastically. So I had no idea that the flange size is the reason why you're not getting enough milk, because if you're not using the right size, not only is it hurting you, but you're not able to get to where you are supposed to get to get milk out. Information is power. Let me see. Please, how long should we? But what? Yeah. Okay, I saw a message now. I can't find the message again. So that was how, guys, I became an oversupply. I didn't go there fishing to make more milk. Remember what I told you guys? I went there because I was in pain and I needed solution to my pain. And the solution was change your flange size. You're using the one that is too big. Use your exact flange size, and your pain will go away. You'll be that pumping is not supposed to be so painful the way I'm describing it. I had no idea that when I change my flange size, I'm gonna have more milk. Can you keep it, please? I'm gonna have more milk, no pain, and everything was good. That was how I became an oversupply. So that's why I said I want to focus on pumping moms. If you're not using the right flange size, I'm sorry, you're gonna keep making just 30 ml. Yeah, I said that. I was making enough for my baby. I was making like maybe in a pump, I'll make like 4 ounce, 5 ounce. I was happy. I was contented. My baby was eating. I even have like some left. I was good. But I didn't know that when I changed my flange size to the exact flange size I'm supposed to use, I didn't know that I was gonna miraculously start having like so much to leave behind after my baby's done drinking. So yes, your flange size matters a lot, and your pump part, you are asked to change it every 3 hours. I don't every 3 months. I don't change it every 3 months. I change it every 5 to 6 months, because I make sure I buy the original one, not the one that is cheap, the one that is very expensive. It lasts longer. Those other cheap ones, I bought it and I regret. The moment you even buy it, you have not even used it. You see the mouth is already open. How many times a day should we pump, and after how long? Okay, I'm gonna come back and answer that question so that I will not miss all the points I'm making. So yes, guys, if you are an exclusive pumping mom, please, 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 I beg you in the name of God, please check your nipple size. Please make sure you're using the exact flange size. I'm gonna go bring my nipple ruler, and I will use my hand and tell you how you're going to measure it, because it took me time to understand how to measure my nipple actually. To be honest with you, that was one thing that was so hard for me. Even with my son, it took me time to actually now learn it. The women kept telling me, check your nipple size. I told them I measured it. I mean, I felt like he was giving me the same 28 or 20 something. They were like, no, you're doing it wrong. So it took a lot. In fact, it took a mom coming to my DM to make a video of her own. She had to make a video of her breast and show me how to place it. It took seeing her own, because when you see on social media, you see they just use the dummies. It can never be your own boobs. So they use all the dummy stuff and show you. It was still confusing me, but she said, I'm gonna show you in your DM. So she sent me a message. She said, I understand what you're going through. I went through something similar, so I know your frustration. So let me help you. So she made a video and showed me how to do with her own breast. That was how I got to know how to actually, because that one is so hard to actually measure my nipple. It's very conflicting. That's what I mean. So please make sure you're using your actual flange size. You're not only gonna increase your supply, but you're also gonna have like some comfort, because a lot of people say, oh, pumping is so painful. When I tried pumping, it was so painful, I couldn't. That would have been my case, because it was so painful. I was crying, I was bleeding. It was so bad. That would have been my case. Thank God I found help. I got help. So every time you feel that way, you're not using the right flange size. Trust me, take it from me. You're using the wrong flange size if you're in so much pain. Nobody is saying that when you're pumping, it feels like nothing is happening. Of course something is happening, but not to be in pain. It's just a discomfort, which is pumping. Just like when you're not seeing your baby, you're not comfortable. It's a discomfort. That's how it is. But if you're in pain, you're doing something wrong. Two things you're doing wrong: either flange size or your nipple rim, your pump lubricant. Oh my God! When I found out about the lubricant, now let me tell you something. If you don't know something, you keep struggling. You keep suffering until you know that thing. When I found out that they have like a nipple lubricant, flange lubricant, I understood that life is good. Because no matter how I use my normal flange size, if the flange is not lubricated, you're still gonna be having some discomfort. The day I found out that they have like, the pump spray, I'm like, what? I immediately ordered, and now I fall asleep while pumping now. It never happened then when I was in so much pain. How can I fall asleep when I'm pumping when I'm in so much pain? How? There's no way. How can I fall asleep? But now I could be pumping. Every time I'm pumping, I'm falling asleep. I'm waking up to my milk soaked. So you need, if you're an exclusive pumping mom or you're a pumping mom, whichever one, please get a new your pumping spray. Buy a pumping spray. It is the way the nipples goes in there is so seamless, so easy because the lubrication, the oil has helped around that area. It's not dry going, to the nipples. Everything is just going. You guys know what lubricant means. I mean, I'm sure it's adults that are here and moms, so you know what it means. So you know how lubricants actually work. The same way it work for your pump. I see a lot of questions like, what is that thing you're always spraying on that pump? Now you know. Yes, I have two pump and I have abandoned a hands-free one and use my medulla pump because of the flange size. Pain was killing me, blood. Oh yes, I cried the entire first 2 weeks. I used coconut oil. Yes, yes, the flange size is a problem. It is a not just it's a huge problem. In fact, that is why you're going through whatever it is you're going through. Trust me. By the time you figure out that flange size, please make sure you are using lubricant. Please use your pumping spray. That's why everybody keep asking me. Every time I spray, they ask me, "What is that thing you're spraying?" Is the thing that is the road to freedom. Road to freedom. Every time I spray that stuff, I can pump. I'll be on my phone. I even forget I'm pumping. I'm not joking because it's not dry. It's just going. You guys know what lubricant means. You know what lubricant is. So you understand what I mean. Please get yourself a pumping spray. Very important. Because honestly, to be honest with you, breastfeeding journey is so hard on its own. Let's not make it even harder. I'm so happy they have things now that kind of help, elevate us and please. We're already going through a lot. Let's not make it even harder. So get your pumping spray, get your right flange size, and please, I want to add, get the right pump. You can use one of the biggest pump and you apply this thing I told you, flange size, use lubricant, pump constantly, and not make anything. Yes. So we have different type of pump. So I have different opinion from when I gave birth to my son and now that I have my daughter. I'm gonna tell you, when I gave birth to my son, I was and I still am an ardent believer of please make sure you are using your primary hospital grade pump. Your primary pump is the one that you plug in. Please, I was an advocate of that with my son. Is the spray better than nipple cream? Nipple cream is just okay. Yeah, I think that thing that you just said right now. I saw my sister doing it. I'm like, what are you doing? She said it's nipple cream. I said, yeah, the name is nipple cream. Nipple cream, that's the name. As much as they told you that you can use, most of them they'll tell you that your baby can nurse even with the nipple cream, so which means it's safe for the baby to take. So I saw my sister, she wanted to pump and she was putting the nipple cream to put the stuff. I'm like, the name is nipple cream, it's for your nipple, it's not for your pump. It can work, but I always like to buy things that are meant for something. That's me. They have pump spray that you spray. I'm gonna stand up and get my ruler. Please, in case I forget, you guys remind me. I'll stand up and get ruler and I'll show you my pumping spray that I use. So there's a reason why they have pumping spray and there's a reason why they have nipple cream. It's for nipple. It's just for you to stand. But that pumping spray is like coconut oil, like you said. It depends on whichever, but it's oil. Like the moment you spray it in your flange, everything is going smoothly. So I don't know about the other one, but I know about pumping spray. So please get a pumping spray. What's the brand of your pump lubricant, please? Okay, I'll show you. Like I said, if I stand up here, I'll show you guys those two things. So please get that. And so now the point, I can't remember the point that my number what point, but I know that I'm sure you guys are following me. You might be writing it down. The next point I'm gonna make, I'm trying to make is, you can use the right flange, you can use lubricant, you can do all of these things I told you, and still not make anything. Ask me why. Because you're not using the right pump for yourself. So, like I said, with my son, I was a pure believer of please prioritize on your hospital grade pump, your wall pump, prioritize on that. Make it a priority because it is very, 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 in fact, it will tell how far your pumping journey is going to go. I was an Adam believer of that. I still am, but now with a little upgrade. Now, thankfully, we now I still use my all my pump. If I pump 5 times a day or 6 times a day, I use my hospital grade, my wall pump. That's what I use all the time. The only time you see me where I put my wearable is if I'm cooking in the kitchen instead of just turning off my gas, because with my son I was doing that. When I'm cooking and it's time to pump, I turn off my gas, I go pump. When I'm done, I go back. Whatever I'm doing, I must leave whatever I'm doing to pump because I really wanted to make sure that I'm using the right flange, the right pump, the right everything for myself. So yeah, the wall pump is recommended 100%. But now, the only thing I'm going to tell you that is a different now is now I have 2 kids. I am caught up in different things. I might be pumping right now, and my son will be all over, disturbing me and all that. He wants to eat or he want me to do something for him, and I'll say, you know what, I'm just gonna wear the wearable pump. Since I'm able to like move around, maybe bathe him, make his food in the kitchen while I'm still pumping, instead of wasting my pump time. I'm still prioritizing my hospital grade, my wall pump. Don't get me wrong, but circumstance because I have 2 kids now. Circumstance. So when you want to be up and about, instead of not pumping because please use your wearable. And that's not the only reason why I'm saying it. It's because I'm so thankful that wearable pumps are improving. They are now becoming like the wall pump that I'm talking about. They are now having like hospital grade, pump for your primary pumping, which is so good. Like the baby Buddha, I have it. I have so many pump. I love the baby Buddha because you can actually use it as a wearable. I do that if I'm so busy. I use my baby Buddha. Then I use my milk legendary milk collection cup. I'm pumping. The baby Buddha is 100% hospital grade pump. So my point is now the pump brands they are doing an amazing job now. So this wearable pump that we know before that can affect supply, wearable pump can affect your supply drastically. Let me tell you the truth. That's how I've always known, but I'm going to tell you now, it's becoming better. They have different brands now. Do you feel that your hands free really empty you out? I feel that it does. Thank you. That's why I'm saying this thing now. I feel like it doesn't for me, and I get more for me beforehand. I want that I'm going there now. I'm going there right now. What pump is like Mandela Spectra 80C, the one that yes. Let me put something for my son because he's all over the place here. Preschool for later. I'm gonna take the So yes, so wall pump is like Mandela Spectra, Motive Luna, all those ones. They are the wall pump, the one that you can plug in and you're pumping. Why the wearable ones are the Mom Cozy, the other ones and stuff like that. So, but the pump industry, they are improving. They are making the wearable ones good enough, like the wall pump. I can't believe I'm saying this, because with my son, I have a lot of wearable pump. I did advert for a lot of company. Is it that they are not good? They are good for when like out and about. But if I have my chance, I'm gonna use my wall pump because I know I get more milk, I get more empty. So yeah, like your question now, I'm not answering questions now, but this one is because I'm saying the same where I'm still in the same line. I've always felt with my son, I felt like the wearable pump never empty me. Every time I wear a wearable pump, I feel like in the next how many minutes my boobs are hard. In fact, wearable pump I never have used to have clogged dog, but with wearable pump because when I had to go back to work, I was using my wearable. I started to have like a clogged dog. I feel like I'm not empty, and the moment I don't empty, my boobs here they are so hard to touch, become so hard. So I hated wearable pump. In fact, the one I was using then, maybe that was maybe because of the brand I was using. But now I can tell you for a fact, Ninja Diva. Let me tell you now, the wearable pumps that are in the market now, empty you. Yes, I can. I like I said, I'm not a fan of wearable pump, but I use the Mom Cozy wearable pump. The um, is it S1 Pro? No, I don't know. S1 Pro, something like that. I used it, and I was in shock. Let me tell you, I'm in shock because I made a video and I was expressing how shocked I am. I didn't know that a wearable pump would empty me. I felt empty and instantly, and I made the amount of milk I make normally. So that one worked for me so much. Then now the one I'm using now again is I've been wanting to get that pump, guys. I've seen that pump, the features. I wanted to get that pump so bad, but it's expensive. It's like almost $400. Is the Eufy S1 Pro, the one that has like the heating technology, the one that oh my god, guys. But since I pump once a day, can I not use the wall pump? Can I not? Okay, since you pump once a day, honestly, if you have, like I said, if you have time, use the wall pump since you pump once a day, because honestly, it will, since you say the wearable one don't empty you, you want to be completely empty. Someone has asked that question and I'm going to answer it just because I'm explaining this. Please, at all time, make sure you are completely empty, even if you're nursing or you're not nursing. So now let me tell you the effect of not completely emptying. When you're feeding your baby and your baby just takes a little bit and they don't want to, take again. Now you have, like, let's say you have this whole milk and your baby just take like a little bit and they're not eating again, and you don't empty. You're now telling your body that your baby is that small thing that your baby took is all your baby. It's a demand and supply thing. It's like, a demand and supply. So if you're not completely emptying all the time, you are going to be losing out on a lot of milk. I don't know about you people. Whenever I don't empty, I have a clogged duct. My breast gets so hard that I need like a heating pad to melt it. Anytime I don't empty. So I prioritize emptying. Even if I'm wearing a wearable pump, I pump twice, because by the time thing get full, I feel like I still need to empty completely. So with wearable pump, I don't know if you do that. No, man, I don't know if you do that or if I'm just the only one. But with wearable pump, I pump twice because I'm an oversupply. So just because I got my cup full, then doesn't mean that I have more milk left. So I pump twice when I'm doing wearable pump. I don't know if you do that. So yes, make sure you're completely empty, because if you're not emptying, you're trying to tell your body that your baby is taking just small, and your body will now regulate to start giving you small. It's just whatever you tell your body. You're talking to your body indirectly, but you don't know. You're actually speaking to your body without you realizing it. So if you're not emptying completely, you're telling your body that your baby is making that, you're just taking that small thing. So your body now adjusts and start making small for that small thing your baby is taking. My wearable pump empties me. Okay. Oh, okay. No, who was one asking? Oh, let me see. Someone said, do you feel okay? Oh, sorry, Ninja Diva. Sorry, Ninja Diva. So maybe you have to. I don't know if you do it, but with my wearable pump, it doesn't empty me. With my son, like I said, because I was using the wrong one. But if you use the right pump, I'm sure you get empty. But for me, because I'm an oversupply, I pump twice to make sure I get all those milk out of the way. Mm-hmm. My wearable. Okay, yeah. Maybe I need to check the flange size. Yeah. So honestly, check everything. Check everything, because. So now, what was I explaining? That's why I don't like to. That's why I don't like to deviate. Mm, what was I saying? Because I deviated now. So I was saying, okay. So now the wearable pump, they are making good ones. So if you are out and about, instead of not emptying your milk, please use a wearable pump and make sure you're emptying. Yes, what I was trying to explain is, if you don't empty, you're giving your body signal that whatever that small milk that you took out is what your baby takes. Your body now regulates and start making that small thing for you. It's just you're talking to your body without knowing that you're talking to your body. So if, let's say for example, my baby is hungry and she just put her mouth there and she just falls asleep and she didn't eat again. What happens to the rest of the milk that was already made for the baby? Because at that point in time, your body, you're already ready to feed. You're full already, right? What happens? So when your baby doesn't eat and the baby fall asleep, then you go and sleep. No, you empty. Because when you keep not emptying, you are indirectly talking to your body and telling your body, my baby just takes little milk, so I don't need the rest of the milk that is there. You're telling your body, this milk is too much, my baby takes a little, I don't need it. This one that my baby took was the amount I need. Your body now regulates and start making that amount for you. How do you know you're completely empty? Your breast is just flap. Like right now, I made a post, I just pumped around 2:30, 1:30, because I wanted to like finish pumping before the video. This is the milk. I think it's time to put in the fridge. So I pumped at 1:30. But now, if you finish pumping, you touch your boobs, it's flat, just flabby. But right now, it's time for me to pump. My boobs are hard. Not hard, sorry, I mean full. You see, my boobs are full, but if I finish pumping and I'm empty, if I touch it, it's just flabby. So if you're empty, I asked that question too when I started nursing, when I started pumping with my son too. I asked that question, how do you know completely? And I finally understood. So when you're completely empty, when you touch it, your breast is just flabby, just flat, no milk. But if you touch it and you still feel like there's a bit it's full, then you're not empty. You're empty when you see that your breast is just flabby like nothing. What if you are out the whole day and your baby doesn't get to nurse and you only get pump when you only get to pump when you come back? Does it affect anything? Yes. That is why they made wearable pump. If you are out all day and your baby is not nursing with you, please use a wearable pump. It's better to use a wearable pump and take out milk than not take out milk at all. That's bad. Please take out milk. You will feel light. Thank you. I think that's the best way to explain it for the person that asked about the empty normal. No, sorry, not the normal. Ranjani, how do you know you're completely empty? You will feel light. You will feel light, like you will know that there's no load. There's nothing in that breast. You will know. Your breast will feel very light, empty, like a normal breast before you started being a breastfeeding mother. How your breast is normal, but if you touch it and you are still feeling like there's please empty. It affects your supply. Thank you. And you kind of accept that. Okay, you're talking to normal, right? Ninja Diva, yes, it affects your supply when anything you do affects supply, guys. You don't want to affect your supply. Anything you do wrong, you affect your supply. So please pay attention to your supply. It's very important. So now I think I've answered that one. I've answered the engagement. I want to make sure that I've finished touching the points that I know that are very important. Then I will go back to your questions that you guys asked and answer the question. So yeah, I've talked about flange size and right pump. Yeah, I think that was where I ended. I stopped that one. Please use the right pump. Use the right pump at all time. You can be doing all these things I told you and using the wrong pump. Now let me tell you the example of right and wrong pump. With my son, I had the Mandela, I had Spectra. So I was using Spectra. But the Mandela one, there was one that I liked. It's a wall pump, but it's rechargeable, so you can move around with it. So I got that one. I saw the hack that you can put like a waist bag and put that one inside it because it's rechargeable, so you can charge it and pump when you're walking around the house. So I got that one. It didn't work for me. I make less and less and less every time I use that Mandela wall pump. If I pump with Mandela, let's say I'm making this, and maybe I pump another time again, it keep going down. I keep making less. But the moment I use my Spectra, my cup overflow and I'm looking for something else to turn it. And the letdown I have when I'm using the Mandela is different from the letdown I have with Spectra. I love my Spectra letdown. There's a way it just goes and it keeps flowing, but my Mandela letdown doesn't last long. There was a lot, so I stopped. I wanted it for convenience, like I said, it was rechargeable and it's portable. It's a wall pump though, not the it's a wall pump, but it's rechargeable. So someone gave me a hack that you can wear a waist bag and you can put it there and walk around the house. So I wanted it for convenience, but I was getting less and less milk. So I immediately stopped using it. So I stopped using that Mandela. So the only wall pump that has been working, I have Motive Luna. And that Motive Luna works for me. I get the same The same thing I get with my Spectra, I get it with my Motive Luna. It's just I really love Spectra. I've come to adore Spectra. So Spectra is my pump. So yes, your pump, you can be using the wrong pump and you'll be shocked. You are doing everything. You might just say, oh, I'm pumping early in the morning, like you said, I'm taking enough fluid, I'm eating enough food, I have the right. You can be doing all those things and using the wrong pump. I like as I gave you example of the Mandela I used, I kept having my supply affected. I'm like, no, 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 let me go back. So I went back to my Spectra. My cup overflew. It affects, okay. Yes, normal. When I'm empty while pumping, not even one drop come. Just complete your pump session. Complete your pump session. That is why all this pump have 30 minutes. There's a reason. For people that have like over there, I have moms that say they pump for like 40 minutes. So when their pump obviously end 30 minutes, they pump again. So I have a lot of pump that say that they don't empty in 30 minutes, they pump like 40 minutes. But please make sure you're getting to your 30 minutes. Or almost all the pump I know, 30 minutes pump, your pump goes off. If you want more, you can now turn it on. There's a reason why it's like that. So honestly, I would say you would think you're empty, but you still have one more let down that you don't know. And that let down is your milk that is coming out. Remember. So just make sure you get to whether you feel you're empty, you feel nothing is coming out, but another let down is coming, but you don't know. So you're wasting that let down. Spectra is my favorite. Yeah, I don't joke with Spectra. I have like three Spectra pumps. Spectra is my favorite pump. They make rechargeable ones too. Yeah, I had the rechargeable one. I got rechargeable one with my daughter, but honestly, I don't know why. If it's just, it might be my psychology. But I used the rechargeable one, and I didn't like what I was feeling. It wasn't like the pink one. It wasn't like the regular one for me. So I kept it. I'm using the pink one now. I bought the blue one, the rechargeable one, so that I can be walking around since I have a daughter, and maybe my son needs something. If I'm pumping, I can stand up and go and get it for him instead of waiting until my pump session is over. So I said, okay, let me get the Spectra, the blue one, the rechargeable one, so that it's more convenient. But it doesn't give me the same effect of the with the pink one. I tried it twice. I don't like the way I was feeling, so I stopped using it. I stopped using it. So yeah, so how many points have I made? So, but I want to please you guys, can you tell me in the comment section if I'm really hitting all the points that you really want? If you're really following and you're understanding it, and please, but the blue and pink one are not the same. The blue one is the rechargeable one. It's the same. It's Spectra one. Then the pink one is Spectra two. They are the same thing. The only difference is one is rechargeable one, which is the blue one. You can charge it and walk around the house while you're pumping with it. When you're done, you can plug it in and charge it. While the pink one is you have to keep it plugged on. The moment you remove it, your pump session is over. So yeah, they are the same thing but different stuff. But like I said, the blue one didn't work for me. I didn't like how I felt. Maybe because my body is already used to the pink one. It's possible. I used it twice and I stopped. The blue one is rechargeable and the pink one is not. It must be plugged in. Yeah. So I want to please, can you comment and tell me? Some of you are just really just here, but you're not really like you're just listening. I love it when you're trying to listen and pay attention, but you can try and interact too, so that I understand that you guys are understanding what I'm saying and I'm flowing very well. So maybe try and give me a sign. Some of you are just listening very keenly. I have like few people just really interacting, but some people are just here and they are listening and they are understanding it. But please show me that you're really understanding it, please. And please help me like this live so that YouTube just recommends it to people, anybody that needs it. So yes, so your pump now is another thing. So you could be doing everything right and using the wrong pump. That's what I said. And honestly, you have to do a lot to be able to now to get to this part of this journey. If you're a pumping mom, it's hard because you have to go through different type of pump to get the one that your body now needs. So it's a lot of money that you're spending and stuff like that. Have you tried the hack for the pink one to make it work without being plugged into a wall? I use that for my spectral gold. People use. Oh really? Mm-mm. No, I haven't. I didn't know that there's a hack that you cannot plug it to the wall. So what do? You use an adapter? Oh wow. No, now I'm not even so bothered because like I said, I was trying to explain that thank God for wearable pump that they are making right now, they are now becoming as good as the wall pump. So if there's any need for me to not be able to use my spectrum like before with my son, I was stuck with it because then that's all I can dream of. But now I have like some wearable pump that are doing a lot of good job. Like they're emptying me so good too. I have to pump like twice to be completely empty, which is not bad. But at least I'm able to like walk around the house, cook in the kitchen, do stuff, and not be stuck at a place. So I think that is the all the list that I have to give you. So now this is for people that are pumping in that regard. But if you are a directly nursing mom, the message I'm going to give you now is please make sure. I know sometimes when we have our baby newly, it's so hard, but please try and eat. Food and liquid helps your milk boom. I'm not joking. Then make sure you're completely emptying. If you don't want to pump, please get the hacker. Do the hacker method. If your baby is nursing here, put it here. If your baby comes to that side, you're getting milk out. Please make sure you're constantly getting milk out. If your baby is not, your baby is sleeping, please pump. Yeah, if you, like I said, not everybody wants to pump. If you know you cannot pump, get the two hacker and put them here. Just make sure your milk is coming out. Hacker empties a lot of people. They put it there and their milk is flowing. There was a time I didn't know that the hacker is like, I didn't even know that you can use the hacker in form of pump. I didn't know. For me, I just don't want all those drop that was coming out, so I just put it only for my cup to be filled. I didn't know that it will empty to be pouring out my milk. I'm like, hold on. When you get the chance, can you just confirm that I have a healthy schedule? I nurse my son at night and I pump and bottle feed during the day. Is that okay? Yes. I have a lot of moms that say they nurse during the day and they pump at night. I have some that say they nurse at night. Yes, yes. The hack is to use this silent cell rechargeable. Oh, really? Wow. I asked about the new mom pepper soup. Okay, yeah, okay. Now, I think it's time to answer your questions. I don't know. That's why I say, you guys, can you like help me in the comments? Can you drop a comment? And if you really understood what I said, I'm going to go over now and start answering your question. But I want to make sure that you guys understood like all the points I was trying to make and you really get what I'm trying to say. Then I'm going to go over now with your question. But can you just help me? Tell me if you understood what I explained, if they make sense to you, and where the one you're not doing that you think that might be the problem, and you're gonna like start, let's interact. Then I'll go up now and start taking your questions that you ask. But I want to make sure that I'm not just here talking alone, and you guys understood what food or drink help with the milk supply. So okay, it's obvious you came late. The food, honestly, the food that I like I said is. Oh, thank you for asking that question. I only gave one example when I said the tea or chocolate milk for my Nigerian or African people. So now for all the rest of the people, you guys don't know the magic of oatmeal, right? I missed the beginning. Did you recommend any food that help you increase your supply? Yes. Okay, let me say it now since this person asked. You guys don't know the power of oatmeal. You have no idea. It was later on I found out that oatmeal, and when I say oatmeal, I don't mean just making oatmeal and just taking dry oatmeal. I'm gonna come and tell you how oatmeal will help your pump boom. Oatmeal is good for breast milk. And now how you prepare it is what is good, not the oatmeal itself. Yes, the timeline has been an eye opener. Yes, the timeline. Oh, Chama, what do you mean by timeline? Let me understand. The oatmeal does the magic as well. Thank you. I take a blue YES for that supplement that help me. You see? Actually, everybody's giving their own suggestion too. Is there a specific way to prepare it? Yes, there's a specific way to prepare it. Not your regular, just put oatmeal, and take dry oatmeal. No. The secret of milk supply for a nursing mother, however you want to see it, is milk. Yes, is milk. Milk is your secret to your milk supply. I'm telling you about, of course, the water, the feeding, and everything I said there. But I'm trying to tell you that you have to take milk, like the tea I was talking about, is milk. Your oatmeal is milk. Milk. So for people that are abroad, our milk is sold in a gallon. You put your milk the gallon milk. I'm telling this one for regular people, you know. When I say regular people, I mean not my African people. We use powdered milk or liquid milk. That one is different, but other people in other countries know what I'm talking about. The jerry can, the milk that is in the gallon. You put enough milk, please. Be generous with your milk. What I always tell my husband says the amount of milk he's buying in this house, not the jerry can one, no, is the I'll go and show you for my Nigerian sisters. You know the biggest size of peak milk, the 2,500 grams. I finished that in 2 weeks. My husband says it's enough. That the amount we spend on that is enough to go buy formula. I told him, yeah, you cannot compare. So yes, milk is the secret. You put the gallon milk. I'm saying this one for people that have the gallon milk. I'll explain to you for the Nigerian people. You put this one, the gallon milk in the pot. Please be generous. Then measure your oats. Put your oats. Put cinnamon stick. You can put the cinnamon stick or you can put the cinnamon powder, whichever one there. Then if you want your sweetener, depending on what you want to use for your sweetener. If you want to use honey, you can put the honey there. Put your oats in there. You can cut some slice of apple and put in there. If I want to make it more creamy, I put apple or I put or banana. But if you don't want to, the secret is oats and milk. Let the milk be enough that you're drinking it like you're drinking any liquid stuff. You're not eating it like you're eating like normal regular oat. You are drinking it. I want to make sure that I'm actually making sense. I made your oatmeal date and meat nut game changer. He said, "Oh my God, it's my son. Let me tell you guys, this guy is so annoying. Every time he's quiet, I start to look for him. Do you know what he's been doing lately? He goes to the container and he's eating it raw. The other day, he went and he was taking it raw. He was too quiet. He was behind me and I'm not hearing his voice. And I turned around because the place I kept it is low. And now he's growing tall. He goes on his toe. He brings out the rubber and he just uses his hand. He's scooping it and eating it. He's so obsessed with that stuff. The last one, he just poured it out just 2 days ago. So I have to make another one. Game changer. That thing, there's a lot of goodness inside there. The 4 to 6 a.m. pump session. Okay, yeah. So let me see what you now ask me so that I will relate it to it. Choma, 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 Choma. Do you guys know that's my name, right? My name is Choma. What is the question? Choma. You guys, hold on, Choma. Okay, yeah, the timeline is an eye opener. Yes, yes, yes. Please don't waste that timeline for anything. Okay, don't waste it. So I made the oatmeal date. Okay, the first is okay. I drank too much milk with my friend, and she started having blood in her stool. What? And they told you it was because of milk? Never heard that before. Milk protein. Okay, yeah. I take way too much milk and I've never had that thing happen. Let me tell you, my husband is every day he goes to the milk. He told me yesterday that he's afraid to go touch the milk container because that every day he's going there, it's getting lighter and lighter. And we just opened it. So like I take milk and I've not had any that children, every child is different. As long as you realize whatever the issue, that's why I said people try different things to stick to one that work for them. It's not a one size fits all. It's just. So I stopped and started making oatmeal with oat milk instead. Okay, yeah, that's still okay. I eat I eat it myself. I know, right? Now it's baby number two. I'm not using as much milk. Oh, because you're afraid and you'll be shocked that that won't happen with the baby. Every baby is different. Like I said, I tell you, I finished the 2,500 grams of pig milk for you guys and Nigerian people. You know the biggest size of powder pig milk. I finished that in 2 weeks. Only me. Yeah, the biggest size that you know. And nothing like ever happened. So I know you are afraid because it happened to you with the first one. But you might never really can tell. It might just be different with the second baby. A lot of things I did with my son, I'm doing with my daughter. I'm shocked. Nothing happens. So kids are different. I make oatmeal with oat milk too. Okay. Yeah, I take oatmeal with oat milk. But when I'm in my postpartum phase, I don't. I take milk. So yeah, so you make it in a liquidy form. Just anything like that's why it still boils down to liquid that I was talking about. So you're making the oatmeal with milk you pour the milk in the pot, you put the oat milk, put your cinnamon stick or cinnamon powder, which one you have. If you want to use honey, you put the honey. You can slice some apple inside it. I do the apple one. Oh my god, it bust my brain. I do banana too, but I feel like the banana kind of, it doesn't stay hard. I want it to like stay hard, so I put it like later on. I just do different trick, but the one I'm telling you right now, I like the apple one because oh my god, it gives you. They make it in a very, that's why I say be generous with your milk. But if you don't have not everybody have can be generous with milk, so you can put like some milk inside the pot, then add more water. But please make sure you are using enough milk. They make it in a liquidy form that you don't even need to use your spoon. You can be drinking it. You can put it in your cup and you can drink. Make it very liquidy, soft. But depend on how you like it. That's what I do, and I like it. So yes, that's how. For non people, you can use dried cranberry in your oatmeal too. Yum. Yeah, I do dry cranberry, not for oatmeal. I do it for my cereal, but now that you're saying it, I might have to try it too. I'm already imagining it, so I'll try it. So that's how I make my oatmeal for lactation. And let me tell you, if you're not taking oatmeal, please go and do just try this one I just told you right now. Please, oatmeal and chocolate drink or tea. Oh my god, please guys, please focus on it. So for that is one thing that helped me with the lactation. That is my number one secret. It's either that tea or oatmeal. Then eat your food. Then please remember the water aspect. For someone that said they did not join me initially, that was the first. I think that was like my first point. But let me just still go back and make that point again. Please make sure you're taking enough liquid. Please take your water. Make water your priority. Like, please, 1 gallon of water daily for a nursing mother is not bad. For nursing pumping, I mean for a breastfeeding mother, please. The moment you take that milk, oh, the way you be the moment you take that water, the way your milk will be coming out, you'll be asking like, this. I'm telling you these things because these are the things that took I suffered to find out. And like when I'm giving you guys a story, you see how I went, well, all the things I went through with my son's journey before I now became perfect and I started telling people and stuff. It took me a lot. I went through a lot. So I'm telling you now so that you won't have to go through a lot. So now I'm gonna go up and answer any other food. So any other food? No, 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 regular food. I mean, I'm not going to, nothing can give you that supply apart from these things I just told you now. Then eat food, eat your food. And when I say food, people are like, oh, it must be balanced diet. No, I can't tell you that I'm a queen of balanced diet, and we don't do junk anyways. But what I mean is, you can take your tea as breakfast, and in the daytime you can eat your rice and vegetable, or rice and stew, or rice or mac and cheese for other people, or anything. And nothing should limit you. Nothing. Don't see that your food is no. Eat anything you have to eat. Whatever it is that you know that is healthy for you and your baby, and you can eat it. But I'm only trying to tell you that prioritize liquid. Your tea, chocolate milk, oatmeal. Prioritize water. Anything that has electrolyte, coconut water. Just prioritize liquid. But eat your regular food. No, I'm not going to tell you, oh, I was eating rice and that's what I have, or I'm always eating lettuce. That is why. Or I'm not going to tell you that. I eat food like every other person, like the same food you're eating regular. But this thing I'm telling you is what I make sure that I do daily. I take tea daily. If I don't take tea, then I take oatmeal. The same way I told you how to prepare it. But the one I do more is tea. So I'm not gonna tell you, oh, you have to start eating only diet, balanced diet in the morning. You have to eat egg. No, please eat what you have, but prioritize liquid, coconut water, electrolytes, anything that has body armor. I take body armor. I don't want my husband to hear, but I was taking that thing not because he helped. I don't know if he helped. They said he helped with breast milk, but I love it because it's very refreshing. So I always tell him, please buy the coconut, buy the body armor because he helps with breast milk. He's here, but he's in a meeting, but he's not understand. He's not hearing me. I don't know. I'm not buying it for that. It's so refreshing when I'm pumping. I take the whole water and I'm taking the body armor. I mean, it's very refreshing. So I see it for me. I see it as a treat for me. And it has they have coconut water there. It has an vitamin water. It has electrolyte. Like it has a lot of things that. So take a lot of liquid. Like prioritize your liquid. That is the secret. Is You're not making liquid your priority. You can eat anything you want to eat, and you're not making liquid your priority. You're not going to be making what you think you want to be making. You have to be drinking water. You have to be taking your chocolate drink, your oat milk, your tea, liquid, coconut water, liquid. So I'm not so no other food normal. This is I'm telling you, just what it is. I'm eating normal food that you guys are eating. Normal regular food that every other person eat. Nothing special about it. So let me go back and then somebody asked a question. She said, "Yeah, let's name of Nigerian to Milan." Do you? Someone asked Bernice. I don't even know. I haven't seen you speak again. Bernice asked, "Do you donate milk?" Because I see. Yes. So with my son, I did a lot of donation with my son. I did a lot of donation with my son because I was putting my milk in two freezer and one freezer out of the house, and yet it was too much. So I donated, and I was so happy. I loved my son's donation because I donated to a local mom here. I made sure it was two people because it was too much for one person to be taking. So two moms. I breastfed their babies from 3 months. The other one was from 3 months till she turned one, and the other one was from 5 months until she turned 18 months. That was when I stopped. That was when I gave her the last milk I gave. So I breastfed my son and two other babies. From that time, I tell you, till they all outgrew breast milk. So yeah, with my son, I donated. With my daughter, I've donated like 2 3 times. I intend to do more, but this time around, I have a mom that I'm prioritizing because she messaged me directly. She stays in Texas. She said she's willing to drive. Oh, that's how to tell you how serious and how important this breast milk is to her. She said she's gonna give birth in November, and she don't mind driving all the way to my state to 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 get the breast milk. So I'm prioritizing her. I've donated three or before times, but I'm keeping our baby is due in November. So my next milk supply right now, I'm already beginning to store it for the mom. That one is goes to her. She's gonna come pick it up in New Jersey. I'm in New Jersey. She's in Texas. So you can imagine if for you put her in the US. Hmm? Yeah. Oh, chicken. My son is watching something on the TV and he tapped me. He said it's chicken. So yes, I donate with my son. I've donated with this one. Just that I made those videos. I've not even had the time to like even edit those videos and all that because them the sleep chicken. Ooh. Oh, okay, that's a horse. Yes, that's a horse. Then this one is a fish. Yeah, that one is a horse. Okay. Let me see. Yes, yeah, let me see. Making sense. 3 kids and no matter okay. My second is 3 months or tomorrow, and I'm like, oh my god. No, so Tarunesh Lawson is not late. So I told you I'll come back. Moo. What the cow say? Moo. So yeah, it's not too late. A cow. Cow. So it's not too late. It's not too late. So that 3 months I told you is when your body kind of regulate, but doesn't mean that if you as in you're not gonna making milk. It only means that you're gonna be making that stuff until you start working hard to get it. So it's not too late. Get into your pumping schedule or nursing, whatever you're doing. Make sure you're doing this whole thing I'm telling you. You will see that there will be a huge improvement. It's not too late. I was thinking, like I said, when I heard that, I'm like, oh my god, is it too late for me? And they told me the mom said, no, it's not too late. Now that you know what to do, just get going, get doing it, and you start building. So a lot of people stopped lactation and they went back lactating again and they start making milk. So it's not too late. 3 months, oh, your baby is still very fresh. So it's not too late. Just as long as you already know what to do, just be intentional about it. It's all about intentionality. Like whatever it is that you want to do, like be intentional about it. That's the most important thing. So encouraging. Yes, I understood. What point? I think I one asked me about I'm trying to look for that question. She said her baby's My love, stop that thing you're doing now. Her baby is 6 weeks and she's not making milk again. Mm. Meh. That's a goat, no? Meh. Yes, a goat. Meh. Yeah, I think I remember someone asked me, I use Mom Cozy S12 and Eufy with heat. Ninja Diva, you have really spent a lot of money on breast pump. The way what you the variable you're using exactly all the pump I'm using. Where is that question? I'm looking for that. But I know someone asked me, I don't know if she's still here. She said her baby, I do, let me see. Now you can use any other. Okay, I think someone asked me. Someone said something and she said, her baby is 6 weeks and she's not able to like make milk for the baby. You are still very fresh, Mama. You are so fresh. If you're still here, I'm gonna tell you, you are still right on time. You're getting this video at the right time. You're not late. Your baby is 6 weeks. Your body is still trying to adjust, which is not. Yeah. Which one? Why? Drinking the water. Hey, good to see you. Oh, Nora Smith, huh? Yes, mommy is coming. I'll join you. He wants me to be. Yeah. Oh no, my love, mommy is busy. Mommy is coming. Okay, I'll come and join you. Sit down. Watch your stuff. Beautiful. Hey, good to see you. Nora Smith, good to see you. You are late. Okay. We're almost done from here. So someone asked, so for the 6 weeks, your baby is still very new. 6 weeks. Let me tell you, even if your baby is 4 months, you're not late in anything. The most important thing is having the information. When you have the information, what do you do with it? Get to work. That's it. If you're nursing directly, make sure you're constantly nursing your baby. And if you notice that your baby falls asleep, because at that time they don't really they just fall asleep. They don't eat a lot. If you notice that your baby is not eating like enough and you're not completely getting empty, when you finish breastfeeding and your breast is still full, you're not empty. Please, if you don't want to pump, use the hacker, but get your milk out. Don't leave those milk trapped in there. So it's not too late. If your baby is not eating like constantly, take out milk, pump, or do whatever it is. But if you finish and your breast, no, sit down. I'm going to off that TV and I'll lock you out of this place. You just choose one. Sit down now and face front. Watch it. It's two things. Lock you out of this place, off the TV. Choose one. Oh yeah, two of my breast pumps were gifted by my registry. Oh, okay. And I bought two myself. I breastfed my daughter for 16 months and would like to do the same for my son, if not longer. Oh, he's just 8 weeks. Oh no. I think you are in the right track. If with all the information that you get, anything that you feel like you need to like make adjustments, do it. Whatever. I love when I hear mom say they wish to do something like this. It makes it easier to teach and to help and give tips, when I know that you want to do it and not because you just feel like, "Oh, okay, but I love when I hear, oh, I did this for this one, I want to. I love to hear that. So you are in the right track. My milk supply is very low and he is not eating enough. How do you know he's not eating enough? So that's the thing. Are you nursing directly? What's the point? The whole essence of putting this thing will be defeated now if I have to be still be dealing with you. So what's the point? So how do you know your baby is not eating enough? Because I see a lot of people say this and they are nursing. How will you know that your baby is not eating enough? Is your baby not gaining weight? Is their weight decreasing? Are they crying all the time? Because if they are crying constantly when they are in the boobs, it means that they are not taking milk. Is it that they are hungry, they are not latching or something? So I want to really, I like to like know in depth when I see people tell me that they are not seeing their baby and their baby is not taking enough. How do you know? Because that's the difference between me and you. I'm giving bottle, and whenever she doesn't take enough, I know. Like 2 days ago, I don't know what happened to her. Like she wasn't just taking enough during the day, and during the night she's taking all the things that she didn't eat during the day. She was just gulping and gulping this. I'm like, hold on, you should have taken your daytime and your nighttime one. I'm just joking, but yeah. So I know because I'm giving the bottle, so I should know. But if you're not seeing directly, how do you know? So I want to hear where you're coming from in that aspect. I'll know how to. Your son is too cute. Thank you. Rachel, he is not gaining weight. Oh, okay, he's not gaining weight. Okay. So if your milk supply, and I keep telling people, if your baby is not gaining weight, so yeah, it means that they're not taking enough milk. And your milk supply, let me tell you, I don't know how, did you tell me how old your son is? Did you tell me how old is your son? My milk supply is very low. My love stop is up. How old is your son? What is he eating? Birthday. Birthday. Eat it. Yo, yogurt. Did I tell you guys my son is talking? So yeah, every minute he wants to say something, he wants you to listen to whatever it is that he has to say. He identifies things. And we go out every minute, he's seeing things, he's pointing me to tell me all the things that he's identifying. He points out, look at this one now. Okay, your baby is 1 month. Oh, okay. So let me tell you, don't think about it too much. Now let me tell you why I say don't think about it too much. If your pediatrician is not worried, then you shouldn't be worried, except if your pediatrician is worried. Because from when they are born, they kind of lose weight. My son, it happened, and in the hospital, they even told me before it happened, they told me that when they are born, they kind of like drop the weight, like the baby kind of weight, then they now start gaining the weight back. It's only my daughter that was born today, and tomorrow she has gained weight and she has been gaining to today. But my son lost weight when he was born. He lost weight after like some time, then he gained it all back. So if your pediatrician is not worried, then you shouldn't be, because some babies lose weight before they gain it because maybe just 4 weeks. But that's number one. That doesn't mean that you don't have things you have to do. You are just 4 weeks, so you still have enough time. Did you join? I don't know if you joined me the earlier this thing, but if you didn't join me, if this live session is over, you have to go and watch again. Take all the tips I'm telling you, but please make sure that even if you're not hungry, you're eating food and you're taking a lot of fluid. And I'm going to tell you that if you feel that your son is not eating well, he's not gaining weight, please keep nursing him, but pump. Keep pumping. So, because if you're feeling, I know when they are losing weight, with my son, I was freaking out, but they told me that it was normal. He lost weight, then he started to gain the weight back. So, it's very, very annoying and very disturbing when your baby is not losing, not gaining weight. Maybe it's stuck at a particular weight. They are not losing anyways, right? They are not losing, they are just not gaining. That's what you mean. So, but I'm going to tell you, please make pumping a priority. Please pump. I know a lot of people say it's stressful, but if you all the tips I gave you now for pumping, if you apply these tips, I'm going to tell you that pumping is going to be so seamless. It's so hard to pump because we are not using the right equipment that we're supposed to use. That is why it's hard to pump. I mean, for me, the only thing that's hard for me when it comes to pumping is honestly is washing. But thank God for my husband, he does the washing. So he washes all the pump part and everything for me. So, and I do the fridge hack. I don't know if anybody know the fridge hack, but normally with my son, open. So with my son, I was not doing the fridge, little bunny. So when I finish pumping, instead of going to go and wash the pump part every minute, if I finish pumping, I'll go wash the pump part. If I finish pump, oh, it was so draining until I found out about the freezer hack. My love, I don't like that thing you're doing. I don't like it. You're going to wound yourself, please. So until I started doing the freezer hack, when I'm done pumping, I just put it in Ziploc bag, my pump, put it in Ziploc. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, that fridge hack is a game changer. So I wash my pump At the end of the night, I wash the pump. During the day, when I pump, I put it in my Ziploc bag and put it in the fridge. You know, I'm so happy when I found out about that hack. It made pumping easy. So if your baby is not gaining weight, I'm gonna say please prioritize pump. Keep nursing your baby. Keep nursing the baby, obviously, but pump, and and when your baby is done nursing, you give the baby the bottle. And I always advise people, when you're giving the baby the bottle, when they are done nursing, when you're giving the bottle, please buy the bottle that mimic breast. So where's my I wanted to breastfeed so much, so I got like the Evan Flow breast bottle, because they said it mimics the breast, and they are right. It's not like the regular bottle, my love. Mommy is talking. It's not like the regular bottle that they are drinking like this. It's not like the regular. It's like this, and that is how they actually latch to the breast. If you, for those of you that are nursing, you know how they latch to the breast. Is not, do you understand? So they explain that thing to me very well, and they are right, because my daughter, I nurse her sometimes. She stopped nursing already anyway, because she has gotten so used to the bottle. That's why I say, if you want your baby to gain weight, please make sure you are pumping, and when your baby is done nursing, give the one that is in the bottle. Do you understand? So, and make sure when you're buying the bottle, buy the one that mimics breast, so that they are not confused and start choosing or preferring one. That's a squirrel. Yeah. I also invested in a bottle washer. Me too. I have the bottle washer. Oh, game changer. I mean, as I say, breastfeeding is so hard. Please, there are things that is making it easy for us. Let's take advantage. It's expensive, but let's take advantage of these things. Total game changer. I know. I don't have pump, and it's very expensive here in Nigeria. Oh, okay. You're in Nigeria. Yeah, that's true. But what about the hand pump? Because I found the Mandela hand pump to be very, very useful. I know you can't find the Mandela hand pump in Nigeria, but I know they have hand pump in Nigeria too. I have a lot of people from Nigeria that are using hand pump. So it's gonna be like hard, but because you're not seeing your baby, you're not going to like feel it like us. We are exclusively pumping mom. So we have to invest in the best of the best, because that's all we do. But if you're nursing, then you need, even if you just like hand pump, just something to extract. Well, how about that one? No, no, no. But you know what I'm saying? These are all the things that you have to do before your supply is still building. Your baby is 1 month, 4 weeks. Of course, you don't have milk yet. So you're still trying to build supply. So while you're eating, taking all the liquid and doing all the things I say to do, while you're building your supply, that's why I'm suggesting any other thing while you build supply. Because with all this things I told you now, you are going to definitely build your supply. But 4 weeks is still early. You shouldn't be expecting to be making a whole lot of milk. Do you understand? You're supposed to be making like, very drop here. And even when I was 4 weeks, I was making very small too. But while you're building your supply with all these steps I gave, can you at least try and get like a hand pump? With my son, I didn't even use like hand pump. I used my hand to express. So they taught me in the hospital, and I did it too. I use my hand to massage, then put in a container. I start to express. It's kind of hard, but you are nursing, so you're not doing it all the time. Unlike someone that is an exclusive pumping mom using her. I mean, who's gonna do that? I don't know if I kind of, I want to make sure, my love, please. I love you. I love you. All right, guys. I want to make sure that I want to make sure that this whole thing was informative, just like I said it was going to. If you guys have any other more questions, so that it will not be this life will not be longer than we are expecting it to be. It has gone past my pump time. Normally I would pump, but I'm just gonna wait until we're done. I'm so full. Let me put it that way. It's time. My love, give it to daddy to put it in the fridge, please. Yeah, it's time. 5:30. Also, now I didn't tell you guys. So because I'm already now in the phase where I have a lot of milk, I'm not, my baby. Please let me put the milk in the fridge. I gave it to him. Thank you. Go and give it to your daddy. Please let me put the milk in the fridge. These tips are good. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. So if there's any other thing you guys want, we should get Jadine. No, but that's what she said. She said I was gonna tell her to get the Jadine because I know there's Jadine pump for Nigerian people, but she said things are very hard. So which I understand. That's why I'm trying to give other ways that you can actually still get at least same result. If you can't do suggested, yeah, I know there's Jadine breast pump that I see a lot of, and I think they have the hand one too. But I understand that money is tight and all that, so that's why I'm giving other option that can, all this is just why you're just. I want you to know that you shouldn't be having anxiety. You shouldn't be worrying too much about it. You're still very new, but just because you're still very new doesn't mean that you should relax, because that is where people get it wrong. That you are relaxing because you feel like, oh, there's still time, and before you know it, there will not be time. So you can be working to build your supply with everything I said right now, but if you can hand express too. I hand express with my son. They did it for me in the hospital, and I find it to be helpful. So I hand express with my son too. So you can hand express while you're building your supply. This is so helpful. Thank you so much. So yeah, I want to make sure that you guys got the information that you really need. And if there's any other thing that pertain lactation, and stuff like that, that you feel that you really want to like know more about, I just, this is from all the messages from my Facebook, from my TikTok, from all my social media platform. I have messages that I don't really like go. I don't go to my message because it's just way too much for me to go through them. Then I have to go through my email for my brand stuff that I'm doing. So it's a lot. So I find that okay, just talking about it like this is easier for me than responding to everybody. Oh, do this, do that, and talking like this, like it's like we're interacting. So it's more educative and more informative when we talk like this. But if there's any other information I need to pass and stuff like that, I'm gonna let you guys know. Then we'll come back. Thank you. You're welcome, Motayo. So this is what I'm gonna do for now. Very helpful and encouraging. Thank you so much. You are very welcome. So if there's any other thing, I'm gonna let you guys know. If I want every mom that wants to breastfeed to have their shot, because I understand. You're welcome. Because I understand that everybody had their priority. My priority was, oh my God, I want to breastfeed all my kids. Oh yeah, so now let me. There was a story I forgot to tell you guys. No, please stop it. You are about to just break your head now if I'm not on. Stop humping like that, please. Very helpful. Thank you so much. My supply is going down, and I am starting to get anxious. No, don't. Remember what I told you about anxiety, anxious. Just do what you're supposed to do. But it's very encouraging. Yes, don't worry. The supply, that's what you said. Somebody told me that after that their baby is 3 months and their supply is going down. That's because I'm like I told you, your body is regulating. 14 weeks, your body starts to regulate. Your body is already like, trying to like regulate and all that. So you're not late. Don't feel anxious. Just improve. Like all these tips I give, just work on it. Do add improvement to your regular whatever you're doing and see. Oh yes, and we didn't talk about pump schedule again. Yeah, please, I forgot to mention that one. So your schedule should be like this. Don't forget any schedule that you want to make, please make sure that it fall into between the 4 to 6 that I said AM. That one is settled. Then if you are me right now, I pump every 4 hours. Why? I have my husband is even telling me the other time, he was like, why don't I stop pumping? I'm like, that was last month. I'm 3 months postpartum. Like, it's just too early to be talking about nonsense. But that's because I already have my freezers full. So he's like, why not? But I mean, I'm not about to stop, because just because you think you have so much in the fridge, if you stop pumping and you're not, and your baby go through all those milk, you never can tell. Then I will have to blame myself. So no, I'm not stopping. But now I have to extend my pumping to every 4 hours. I was pumping with my daughter. I didn't pump every 2 to 3 hours, because now I know all the things I'm supposed to do. One, and secondly, because I already know that I'm an oversupplier. You understand? So I pump every 3 hours with my daughter. But because now I'm trying to cut down, let me put it that way. So I'm pumping every 4 hours now. So, but I'm gonna give you a pump schedule that has been proven to work, even with my daughter. I'm not telling you to follow it, because we get too overwhelmed with things that, activities of the day. So nobody's over here trying to follow anybody's pump schedule. Do the one that works for you. The pump schedule that you know that you are going to follow based on your family unit, your day-to-day activity or whatever it is. Measuring nipple for. Thank you. So I get it. Two things: measuring nipple and oh, what is the next thing I want to show you guys? And my pumping spray. Thank you. Thank you so much. Pumping spray and measuring nipple. Let me go get. Let me get the nipple ruler. Mm. So just keep falling on the floor. So I told you I got like how many? Because I was using one, I felt like that one was not giving me the accurate one. I got another one. So this one is 2. I got this one. I felt like I wasn't getting enough results with this one, especially because of the color too. I mean, it's the cheap version. So I got the Mom Cozy one. So let me show you how to do your nipple measurement. I was doing it wrongly because I was trying to, if I want to make sure that my hand goes inside. So you see your regular, not your areola, just the nipple, only nipple. Only the nipple. You come here. You put, I'm going to use this for the benefit of the video. I'm going to use this hand. Let's start from here. You see, this is too big because the nipples is not all the way long like this. So it's too big. Let's use here for a nipple. Let's call this thing our nipple. From here up. Let's call this thing our nipple right now. From here upward. Let's call it nipple. So let's start from the beginning of this one. I put my hand here. You see, it already passed the mark that we said. You see? So this is not the right size. This is too big. So we put here. You see, it passed that one. So this is not the right size. It means it's too big. Look. It's too big because it passed that stuff and it's still going inside. You're putting your areola. Now look at it. So this is the right one. You know why? Because you don't want it to. You don't want it to. Dealing with kids is not easy. You have to, every day you wake up from sleep. I don't know about you guys, but every day I wake up from sleep, the first thing I tell God is, please give me patience to face my son today. So I ask through Christ our Lord, amen. Because he just broke this thing now. Just 1 minute, I'm not looking. He was about to break this other part before I saw it and I took it from him. So every day I wake up, I ask God, my first prayer point is, like, give me patience because today is another day. All right. If you touch it. So now I'm going to say you go with this one. You know why? Now look at it. You don't want it to get to a point. Let's say I put it here. Look, you don't want to put it like this just because I'm looking at this side. Then you now force yourself and put it in here. If I want to come out now, look, I'm trying to like force and come out. No, you don't want that to happen. That's too small for your nipple. You want something that you are going to be easily put and it will come out without having any friction. You don't want any, like, see, there's a friction in the edges here. There's a friction. You don't want that. You want something that you can put and it will easily come out. So this is one that is the size. See, you got to that point I told you. See, you got to that point I told you. Look, we got to that point, but I'm able to bring my hand out and put it easily. There's no friction. There's no so much gap in between here like this. There's no a lot of gap. See, and you're not seeing a lot of gap in that place. And I'm easy. See, I can easily take my hand and come out, and we are still stopping at that place that I gave. But if you put the one that is too small, there's friction. See, I'm struggling to put my hand inside and remove it. It's too small. You are going to get blister. You're going to get bleeding. You will not get your meal because you're using the wrong flange size. So you see, this is still small. It hasn't gotten to that mark that I did. So just if you force it, see How will you take it out? So for the benefit of this video, this has now become our what we are using, this one. Because I got to this thing, I'm not having mark, and I'm able to take my hand, look, and I don't have too much gap, see. But I was using a size 28 that time. Let me show you what it was doing to me. This doesn't have 28, really? Okay, no, it does. Okay. I was in a 28 then. Remember I told you about the bleeding? This is size 28. So let's say I put my hand here like this. Look, I had gap around me. I had a lot of gap. I didn't know was when they told me about the video when I posted saying, I put my hand and I have gap. You shouldn't have gap like that. It should be tight. It should be tight, not too tight. Look, you don't want friction. I've gotten to the mark, you see? I'm able to move around here, but I'm able to take out my hand and put it. I don't know if you guys, is this really making sense? I want to make sure I'm not talking alone. Let me see your comment, please. Am I making sense? You guys are just really invested, just low key, just listening and watching. Please, can we interact? Like, tell me if this thing I showed you actually makes sense so that I won't end up talking alone. And I'm not even eating. Yeah, it's making sense. Thank you so much. We are trying to understand. I know. Understood. Yeah. So wait, Helen, you're trying to understand. At least Ellen understood now. Ellen's on Ellen's web log. She understood now. No ma. Yeah, making sense. But Helen, you're saying you are trying to understand. You've still not understood. What I'm trying to say is you don't want your nipple to be. Now we are focusing on nipple, not your areola. Only that small nipple that you know. So when you're putting it there in just your nipple, don't make if it's hard to go inside, it's not your right size. That's why I gave that example. I said, see, I'm forcing my hand inside here. It's hard to go in. So it's not my size because it's hard to even come outside. It's the friction. So if you do it like that, you just enjoy yourself. But you want something that, see, look at this one. You remember the mark I gave you, right? I gave that one. See, we stopped at that place. I said that is our nipple. Look, that mark I gave you, that's for our nipple. See, we are stopping there. It stopped at that mark. But see, there's not too much gap, and my hands are able to go in, come out, go in. I don't know if you're watching me, but the other one, see, I'm forcing myself inside. So you don't want it too big, you don't want it too small. You just want it your actual size. So now I've given you the example of too big. Sorry, too small. Let me now show you too big. Look. It's too big. Look. See, are you seeing the gap? You shouldn't have this gap you're seeing here is a problem. You shouldn't have that gap. It should just be something that just goes in here. Look, see how this is our perfect size for this hand. You see how it goes in here, not too tight. And I'm able to take it out, put it back, take it out. There's no other way I can explain it except I have to, like what the lady did for me. She had to use her own breast and come to my inbox and send me video with her own breast. So I mean, no, I get it. Okay. So that's for it. Then the pumping spray. Yeah, I use this is the I because I was trying to be cheap. So we're about to be honest here. I was trying to be cheap this time around. I said let me get another brand because Legendary Milk is a popular brand. Everybody know Legendary Milk. So they make supplements for breastfeeding. They do everything breastfeeding. So I normally this is one I use for my son. But I was trying to be cheap. So I decided to buy another brand that I don't know. I just typed pumping spray and I got one that was like for $15. And I said, hey, let me get that one, please. I'm not, and it was the same size. So I'm like, I don't want to spend $25 for this one. Let me buy the one of $15. Ladies and gentlemen, if they are gentlemen here, it didn't work. I had to return it. That pumping spray is like it's like water mixed with oil. Let me explain what I mean. Before my pump session finishes, I start to have friction. It means like the oil is already dried up. It's not lubricated like all through my pump. Like I feel like while I'm pumping, at some point I start feeling like dry. It's like the oil is dry or something. So I quickly processed the refund for that. I returned it and I got my refund. So I just took my $25 and went back to my Legendary Milk. This one is, even when you're done pumping, you put your hands there, you're still feeling the whole lubricant is still there. So I mean, I just swallowed my pride and when I don't know if it's pride or whatever, but I just went back to my $25 one and just leave it. So sometimes when something is a name brand, we think that, oh, other ones are better because these ones are just name. Not everything. Some people that have made name for themselves, they are standing to their name. Their quality is still good because they want to keep that name. But some people, other people just come to come and give us alternative, and they will not make the exact one. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but there are things that are meant for something. Like, if there are companies that when you're good, you're good. That's just the long and short of it. So I had to return that one, and I went back to this one. See, I keep telling myself since 3 days ago, I kept telling myself that I'm going to order, and I don't want to forget, because if I don't use this thing, I don't know if I'll survive it. Now that after using it, the day I'd not even put enough, I feel the friction. Like, but the day I put enough, I'm able to like relax. So see, it's almost finished. I told myself I have to order, and I keep forgetting. I need to order after this life. I need to order for this. So this is the pumping spray I use, and that's that for the ruler for your nipple. The name is Legendary Milk Pumping Spray. What's wrong with you? You can take a screenshot in case you need to. Because it's oil, that's why the whole body is filled. But Legendary Milk Pumping Spray. Legendary Milk. Legendary Milk is the brand, then pumping spray. The moment you just type, if you're abroad, you're typing it on Amazon or whatever, moment you just type Legendary Milk, you will see all their this thing. Just put the pumping spray. I was going to buy the Lancino one, which is what do you like I said, please just focus on this. Legendary Milk is what I know everybody that I've ever seen that are pumping. This is what they use. But like I said, I wanted to be cheap. Lancino has a pumping spray. I haven't seen before. Are you sure? You're not talking about the nipple cream? No, I'm not talking about nipple cream. I'm talking about pumping spray. I don't think Lancino has pumping spray. Like I said, I wanted to like avoid buying this for $25. I wanted to like buy something cheap, so I tried other brand and it didn't work. I didn't see Lancino in any stuff. I'll be surprised if Lancino has pumping spray. Yeah, it's on Amazon. Lancino pumping spray. Wow, it's new. It must really be new. So, but like I said, please don't be like me. Oh, it's 15. Oh, please don't be like me. Just, or you can be like me. I mean, it might work for you. Everybody depend. It depends on the kind of comfort you're looking for. I think at the end of the day, yeah. Let me put it this way: depend on what kind of comfort you're looking for. But me, my life is already too stressful as it is. I want maximum comfort. I'm trying to produce milk. I'm trying to produce breast milk. I'm trying to give very good nutrients to our baby. So yeah, I deserve every comfort. But some days I try to be cheap, but I go back to my. So I bought that one for $15. It just didn't work. So I went back to my. This one is the king of all pumping spray. The oil is still oily. It lubricates, and everything is going very well. So no, I'm not giving up this. So you can try that one. If you're abroad here, you can always return it if you don't want it. So you can try that one. It might work for you, but it just didn't work for me. So it might work for you, but it didn't work for me. So all right, guys, I think we have come to the end of this life. Ranjani, I think we have come to the end of this life. I'm so happy that I'm able to like connect with you guys and talk about this. I love to help. I love to help moms. Like okay, yeah, I was trying to tell people about a testimony of how all my tips actually work. Everybody that have held their hand, and when I say held hand, I mean like what I'm doing with you right now is me holding your hand. I don't need to like be chatting with you every minute on WhatsApp or on the DM to know. What I'm doing right now with you is me holding your hand, because damn, I lost my voice already. I feel like I went extensively and I explained. So it's holding your hand and making sure that you get every detail that you need. So now my sister gave birth to twins in February, March, one of the above, and she struggled with milk supply. Oh my God. She said she was thinking that when I had a lot of milk, she was like, oh, he's in the family. She's gonna have to. She struggled. She stays in Canada. She called me every minute. She struggled. She said she has done it. And her kids, her twins were in the NICU, so she was trying to like pump for them. She was struggling. And there was a lot of reason why she was struggling. One is she's not using the right pump. There's one pump that somebody just gave to her and she was using it. Like right now in my life, I'm not gonna use just any pump, but I have to make sure that that pump is a good pump. You know, some pump can actually affect your supply too, like I said. So and she know nothing about. I kept telling her about flange. She say, the pump that the person gave her came with that flange. That's what she's using. Are you really? Are you sure you're really ready to make this milk for your babies? Like, please, can you tell me your priorities so that I'll know how to help you? I like to always know people's priorities. If you tell me that, oh, my intention is, and I'm desperate about, I will help you desperately. But not telling me, oh, the pump that the person gave me came with the flange. That's what I'm using. I mean, come on, don't have a sister like me with all this knowledge and be using any pump that just any flange you just see. No. Then she was, and the pump she was using is one that you, when you're done with one side, you do the other one. It's an electric pump, but I think, and I've never seen it before. I don't know. There's an electric pump that have like one, you finish one and go. So she finishes one. She doesn't have a pumping bra, so she just used the regular bra and just use her hand and hold it like this and she's pumping. Why? Why? So you know what I did? It was hard because I don't know why, for some reason US and Canada is closed, but the shipping is so expensive. I shipped my Spectra blue pump because she has twins, like I said. I have my blue pump, but I bought another one for her because I said I want to use my own for my daughter. I bought a Spectra blue pump for her because she has twins, so that in case one is crying and she wants to move around, she'll go pick. I I shift the nipple, the ruler. I shift it to her so that we will do live, and she will do so that I will show her the one that works. Then I sent different flange sizes, different flange sizes. I just made all these things and I sent it to her. I called her. I'm sending this whole thing to you because your intention is you want to give your baby breast milk. I don't want you feeling guilty when you're not able to do it. As a twin mom, I understand that maybe you might want to supplement, but you want your main milk, especially because they are in the NICU. So they need breast milk to survive, to come out. That is why we give this milk mostly to hospitals with NICU children, because breast milk, their stomach are so tiny, they cannot digest formula. That is why breast milk donation has helped a lot of NICU moms bring their babies back home. So her kids were in the NICU. So I told her, I said, you need to have the actual full gear to go into this whole journey. But define your goal. You said you want to breastfeed, that's why I'm helping you. But if you know that you are just in between, you know what? Let me just give them formula. Tell me there's no need of me suffering. She said no, she wants to give breast milk. And especially because her babies are born tiny, so she wants to really give them breast milk and all that. So that was why I went all out of my way. I shifted the whole thing to her to Canada. And I told her what to do and all that. She started her pumping journey. She, like, now she has stopped because she was having some knee problem, and she had to stop breastfeeding so that she would take some medications and stuff like that. But guess what? She has been giving her babies the milk that is in her freezer. And I told her just 2 days ago, I said, your freezer starch is not finished. She said no. Her milk supply drastically went up. I will be talking to her on the phone because we do video call, and I'll see her cup. I'm like, when do you start having your cup full? Every time she call me or she does video, she'll show me, she'll say, look, and she don't know what she do. Look, it's small, it's very small. I don't know what I'm going to do. Hello, I don't have scissors here. I'll cut it for you. So hold on. Mommy is almost done from here. I'll cut it for you. So she will, every time she make video, I'm tired of my inbox is always her showing me and complaining that, look, see small thing I'm making. What will I do? Like, these children are crying now. I've given them formula two or three times. I want to now give them breast milk this time around because she give them formula breast. So now it's time to give them breast milk. She's like, oh, if I give one, the other one will not have. So it was just, I felt bad for her. She was draining for her, having to worry about this milk. Every minute she's calling me, like, what will she do? That was why I had to go out of my way to send those things for her. And if I'm talking to her now, see, she called me, she said, God, I'm right. I told her, pump matters. Flange, all those things matter, but if you're using the wrong pump, my sister, you're doing the wrong thing. So, and I sent the pumping bra and everything to make life easier. I told her, because you have twins, so you need to be pumping and you are holding one, or just relaxing, not holding your hand like this because you don't have pumping bra. She said in Canada, the pumping bra was so expensive, she couldn't buy it. So I have like couple, I sent for her one. So I say you don't need to be pumping and holding it like this, and stuff like that. Like, let's make our life easy. It's just because I'm not in the mood. Normally I'll bring my pump and I'll put and I'm talking to you guys, but I'm pumping like with my pumping bra. Like let's not suffer ourselves. And her pump, her milk, she has starch, guys. Someone that was telling me that they drank the first two feeding, they drank formula. The other time I wanted to give them breast milk, but it's not enough. So they drank formula. This tough time now, I really wish I can give them breast milk. From going to that to just giving them only breast milk, and to now stopping to even do, because she has some starches and she needs to like now take care of her health and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, if you just do this whole thing, one, two, or three of them will work for you. If you're doing something else before and it's not working, just try this whole thing. I'm telling you, make it a priority, and you will see the difference. You are going to see a drastic difference. The same way I opened my mouth and I was shocked. I went to the group and I told them I'm in shock. I don't know that my cup could, spill over. That's how you'll be shocked when you make these changes I'm telling you. Please don't make it a priority if it's not a priority, but if that is what you really want, please make sure you're prioritizing it. Prioritize it is very important. And I think we're gonna be stopping here. Thank you so much. You're very welcome, Helen. Thank you. Ellen Welp, you're welcome. Can you go over the schedule one more time, please? Oh no, okay, I didn't give schedule because I said okay, but I'm gonna give same tape tailor used to sew. All right. Yeah, they call it tape, but of course the difference between this one and the tailor one is because it has like where you put your nipple, unlike the tailor one. But yeah, that is the same and stuff like that. So I didn't go over the pump schedule because I later said do whatever works for you. But I'm gonna tell you the schedule I always use. I start from 12 midnight. I pump at 12 midnight. Then I woke up at 3 a.m. I pump at 3 a.m. Then what I do, let me tell you how I always meet up to my 4 a.m. pump schedule that I'm always talking about. I do every 3 a.m. I do power pump. And now for some of you that will ask me what power pump is, so that I will not wait for to be asked, I'll just explain it. So power pump is is for exclusively breast pumping mom. This one is for mom that are pumping exclusively. Power pump is what mimic nursing. So it mimics it because your baby, if they are nursing, sometimes they just drink, 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 they just fall asleep. In the next minute, they are hungry, they want to nurse again, drink, drink, drink. So it mimics cluster feeding, because sometimes they are just feeding, they are cluster feeding. They eat this minute, they are eating another minute. If you want, like, is there any hole in your stomach? They are, my son. So it mimics cluster feeding. When you're nursing, your babies they are cluster feeding. Sometimes they are nursing constantly. So that is what power pump does. So see how it works. You pump for 20 minutes, you end the pump, you rest for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you pump 10 minutes, rest 10, then pump 10. So pump 20 minutes, off, rest. After 10 minutes, you pump, off. That's for 10 minutes. So after that 10 minutes, you pump for just 10 minutes, you rest, you pump. Do I make sense? So rest, pump 20, rest 10, pump 10, and rest 10. I don't know if Eniolua Oluwa or Arike, you guys are just coming now. Thank you so much. And Gela Sport, you're welcome. Magdalene, same tape. Okay. So yeah, so what I always do, so I'm giving you the schedule what I use with my son. With my daughter, I'm not really working because I said I pump every 4 hours. So sometimes I might just feel full even before the 4 hours I'll pump. I'm not doing schedule, but you don't have to be like me, because understand that I have my freezers full. I'm an oversupply. So don't behave like me. I can do anything I can as I want to do right now because I have milk. So you're trying to build supply and you're trying to maintain supply because you're not like me. Make sure you're at least 3 hours. Every 3 hours you empty. So I'm giving you the schedule I use for my son. So I start by 12 midnight. I pump around 12. Then I pump around 2:30 to 3, depends. But most times I like to like wait till that 3 so that I'll do my power pump and get to 4 a.m. And so I pump around 3. And I do power pump. I do that on my power pump, of course. So now instead of 30 minutes, it extends to like 45 minutes or something like that. So I do power pump. Then what I always do is I round it up. Instead of now waiting that 45 minutes, I wait until 4 a.m. at the dot, and I just finish my 4 a.m. And while I'm feeding my baby, I can still be doing the pump. And when I finish, that's it. I wake up now. Instead of waking up after another 3 hours, I make sure around 6. So now I'm talking about 4. I finish pumping 4. I'll now wake up around 6 and finish my whole prolactin phase and all that. Then after then, I give now stretch. That is the only time I give stretch. So after that 6 a.m. I finish pumping. I wait 7, 8, 9. I pump around 10. That's with my son. No, that's the only time I stay for that 4 hours. I pump around 10 a.m. so that I will give my body, because I was trying to make use of that my hormone time. So I was pumping, clusterly. So now I want to give my body like, let me rest more. So from that 6 a.m. I don't pump till 10. That's the only time. Then after that 10 now, then I start go back to my every 2 to 3 hours. With my son, honestly, I didn't do 3 hours. I did 2 hours. So I pump around 10, 12, 2, 4, 6. I do 2 hours. With my son, I did 2 hours. I didn't do any 3 hours. I make sure I was on track every 2 hours. So I pump 10 times a day with him. So from that 12 that I finish now, I'm telling you 10. From that 10, every 2 hours, 10, 10, 12, 2, 4, 6. I do it until 12. I go back again. I don't know if I make sense. So if you're really struggling with milk, you're just starting and you don't have enough milk and whatever the reason, please make sure you're doing that every 2 to 3 hours, please. Every 2 to 3 hours. I power pump twice a day, but I do 25 rest, 10, 10. Oh, I like all the extra milk you get with power pump. I love power pump. I stopped doing power pump because, like I said, I have way too much milk, so I'm not trying to like build or anything. But my early stage of pumping, I do power pump twice. My first pump and my last pump. I do it twice a day. First pump of the day and last pump of the day. I do power pump. I love the extra milk you get with power pump. I love it. If you're making like let's say 10 ounce, and with the power pump you're gonna make it like 15 or even extra. So I love power pump, the extra milk that comes with it. So do you get the schedule now? So I'm going to add a power pump at 3 a.m. to my schedule now. Please do. You only do one more power pump a day. No, I don't even do power pump a day again, because I'm not looking to build supply. I already have supply. I have way too much. So I'm just doing my normal pump now. I don't do power pump again. But if you want to build supply, if you want to have more milk, and you're trying to to maintain a schedule and a particular amount of milk, please prioritize power pump. Don't go a day without power pump. But I don't do anymore. But my early stage, yeah, I was doing power pump. First pump of the day and last pump of the day, I was in power pump. But no more. Wow, I tried. We started this in 3 and now it's 6. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm so happy I'm able to like come here and talk to you guys. I'm happy I'm able to like talk to you guys. Okay, first pump and my love, don't do that thing you're doing. I don't like it. You're going to break your mouth. You only do one. Okay. Okay, first pump and last pump is a power pump. Got it. Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, my first pump of the day and my last pump, I make it the power pump. That was when I was trying to build my supply. So yeah, make power pump the priority. Power pump oh my God, people don't talk about that enough. Thank you for bringing this schedule up, because yeah, that was one of the things the point I said I was going to make. Power pump. Please prioritize power pump. You can do power pump once a Chidalum. Don't do it again. So yeah, please prioritize power pump. If you can't do twice, you can do once. Like me, I'm always extra when it comes to this milk. I want to make sure that I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do to keep this milk going. So I do power pump first pump of the day and last pump of the day. But if you cannot do twice, please prioritize power pump. Add power pump to your pump every day. Please do once, even if you cannot do two. Do once a day. I'm saying this for exclusively pumping mom. But the moms that are not saying your babies are already cluster feeding. So if they are not, please make sure they are cluster feeding. Power pump is it for a people that are exclusively pumping. Yes. Yeah, because we are trying to, is for people that are exclusively pump, because it's trying to mimic cluster feeding, and cluster feeding is for mainly for people that are nursing their children. There are sometimes the children just cluster feed, like every minute they want to keep nursing. Before you keep them, small time they want to feed again, and you are sure that they are taking milk, but that period they are cluster feeding. So when they are cluster feeding like that, it's telling your body that your baby needs more milk. So that, what is it? So cluster feeding, power pump is for exclusively pumping mom, because we are trying to mimic cluster feeding, which comes from people that are nursing directly. Sometimes your children just cluster feed, they are just drinking milk back to back, back to back, back to back. So while they are doing that, they are trying to tell your body that your baby is very hungry. So your body is producing that milk. So that is what we are doing power pump, to mimic it, to tell our body that, hey, every 10 minutes this baby is eating. Oh, the baby will talk for 20 minutes and baby is not sucking again. 10 minutes later, baby is eating, and after 10 minutes, baby is not eating. After 10 minutes, do you understand? So you're trying to, so we are mimicking it now, trying to tell our body that our baby is eating every 10 minutes. So they are cluster feeding. So that's what we are trying to do. We are mimicking it. Stop jumping. I'm going to off this thing. I'm not saying, but I also power pump once a day. You see? So you see, so everybody depend on how you do it. So she's nursing, but she power pump once a day. So it's like trying to tell your body that, see, I don't know if everything I said actually makes sense to you guys. But if everything I said makes sense to you guys, let's just round it up. I want to make sure that everybody understood. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you're not here, I'll end up just talking to myself, right? So thank you for not just being here, but for interacting with me. And I'm sure I'm happy because a lot of you that are here understood what I was trying to talk about. So I don't have that issue of you're not understanding. I'm sure you guys understood. And I pray that you guys, when you implement all these things, it just works for you. All the working moms with daytime jobs, our supply usually reduced because of work demand. I agree with you. I agree with you. That way I can build a start for when I need someone to bottle feed. Yes, him, and also when I resume work. That's very good. I know some power pump too. I'm trying to increase. I make just enough right now. You will. Thank you so much. God bless you. Always, Doris, you're welcome. So, Ankunda, Carol, you're right. Working when I started working, my supply dropped, but that was just for a period of time, and it went back up because I didn't let it. I started pumping back to back even when I was at work. So when I was working, my supply went down because I'm not home. One, to be pumping my wall pump that I love so much that empties me. I'm using a wearable pump that doesn't empty me. So, a lot, and stress too adds to it. But my supply went down and it went back up because what I started doing was I increased, let's say, for example, between my work, if I'm home, for example, I pump, let's say, between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I pump, let's say, 3 times. But because of I'm working now, because of stress and because of everything, I increased my pump. I added one more pump instead of like regular 3 pump for normal. I added one more pump. So everything is just have to do with sacrifice and tweaking and just whatever you feel that work for you at that point in time. I had to increase my pump. Normally I was pumping just once at work. When I come back home, I pump. But because I saw that my supply was going down because a lot of factors added to it, so I increased my pump. I pumped 3 times when I was at work. Even if nothing comes out, even if, of course, I don't mean not to come. Even if a lot didn't come out, no matter how small, I make sure I put my variable pump and I pump. So it's like trying to tell my body that my baby's still eating this food though. So just keep making it. So you're right. Work schedule kind of messed up with a lot of mom supply. It did with me, but then it went back up. Chida Along, I don't know. I don't know how you got boys you always think the way you hang your leg there now. If I didn't say, what if you fell down from that place? This was great. I will add an extra pump at the power pump hour. Yes, please do. Thank you so much. God bless you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. So if there's any other thing, I'll let it across. But I think I like this session. It feels like I'm actually with you guys, but I'm not with you guys. If you guys are for my Facebook, you know that I love my Facebook family life. I like to go there because I talk to them like we're together. I know their names. I know all the people that actually join my life. So we kind of always interact all the time. So I'm happy that you guys are here. Thank you so much, and I wish you success in your nursing journey and pumping journey. Generally, I wish you success in your breastfeeding journey for the ones that are preparing themselves for when they're about to have the baby, or the ones that have, and the ones that are new, whatever it is your situation is right now. Came from Instagram. Oh, okay. I know. I think a lot of you came from Instagram. My Facebook people, they are just too used to me. Don't mind them. So I know I see a lot of people who came from Instagram. So you guys, thank you so much for joining here, and I love and appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. That's to tell you, it's just here that you know that I'm a JJC. Please, how do I end this life? Every time I go to a platform that I'm not used to, I finish making video to end life becomes a problem. How do we end this life? Let me see. Start a poll. How do we end life? Let me see. Let me see. Uh, please, can somebody tell me how I'll end this life? I'm not seeing any sign of end. Let me see. Child with the telephone, great fancy. Stop laughing. How do I end the life? That's to tell you that I'm new. I'm very new. This is like my first Instagram YouTube live. Magdalene, you're telling me Magdalene Asuko. I think Magdalene Asuko is from my Facebook. Magdalene, you're from Facebook, right? That name is so familiar. Please, can anybody help me end my life? How can I end my life? Okay. Let me bring the phone closer and see if I can. None of you used to go live here. I love you, Magdalene. He put on to go live. How can I end this life now? Okay. Let me see. Mhm. I put green screen. Hmm. How do we end life? How do we end life? Hmm. Let's see. A 49-second shot was uploaded to your channel. I didn't even ask that. I didn't. That's not what I wanted to do. Not the green background. Because I'm pressing everything I'm seeing here. I'm pressing everything I'm seeing here. Hmm. Wow. You guys, if you don't tell me how to end this life, I will have to press pink background or look for another background to blind your eyes. My God, this is so funny. Okay, maybe I'll click this. You guys, so bye bye. Just in case there's something I'm seeing. Maybe if I click it, maybe let's see. Yes, so yeah, I'm about to end the life now. So you guys, thank you for nothing, okay? Thank you for not helping me. Bye.